You got time to you with a boss baby, so in you. Hey, let's have some drink. Malibu red hot I do. Hey, and after that we do whatever we want to. Cause I'm in trouble. I mean, I'm cool. I'm on your agenda. I mean, I'm cool.
Hey,
Pimp stroll on them, the pin code on them, cut off.
Hey, how you doing this evening, Miss Lady?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, trying to stay warm. Mister, got back,
See,
uh, got back to a freeze advisory for the second night straight.
ew, not good.
Yeah, man, especially you know what I'm saying when you ain't got no girlfriend, and you got to go through these type of cold nights by yourself. It's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
What? Listen, being by yourself can be fun.
Not in this kind of weather now.
No,
No, not in
well,
this.
well,
In
I guess
this.
it depends. It depends. It depends on what it is you got to do. I mean,
Um.
cause see, I like to read, so either me and a book, but being that I'm not alone, so I mean, I just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good in that. You know, I'm real good at throwing myself into my work, and you know, I'm creative in doing that, staying busy, and you know, and like that in that fashion. But as far as like, you know, it's just one of them nights, especially when you know what I'm saying. It's you used to it's done been warm.
I
Um,
got
yeah, and then all of a sudden it just jumped cold, and it's like, wait a minute,
you.
you know,
Like, hold
some
up, huh?
yeah, something missing out the equation when you ain't got.
Well,
Yeah,
you may be right. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, I'll agree on that.
so it's like, yeah, we gonna just gonna have to navigate through this one, but it's giving you something to think about.
Okay, so then that leads me to this question: why don't you have a girlfriend?
Um, I kind of lost I guess, the meaning of the relationship kind of thing,
Mm. Ah, huh.
right? So it's like I guess I can consider, you know, one or two young ladies to be girlfriends, but I don't necessarily know if they, you know, if they view me in that same manner. You feel me?
Okay, well then, have you not had that talk? Okay, wait. Before you answer that, out of the two ladies, are you more interested in one than the other?
Well, actually, that would be speaking of what I'm talking about. It would be more than two. That's why I say it's kind of like
Oh, more
I
than
don't.
two. God
Yeah, I
damn.
don't know what you would call that. Like,
What the hell? What are you doing?
no, I'm saying
You
like,
got to have more than two females that you might consider.
no, what I'm saying uh, like you say you see somebody from time to time that live in like a different city or state, right?
Okay.
And uh, like y'all kind of like off and on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Y'all might like, you know, um, see each other, you know, for a year or so. You feel what I'm saying? And then
okay.
she end up getting involved with somebody, right? So
Oh, okay.
y'all don't see each other for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden she ain't in this relationship no more. So it's
Oh,
like y'all
okay.
now. So say you might have that going on in three or four different places, right?
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
So y'all
okay,
kind of understand each other, and y'all ain't running no game on one another or whatever. It's just like you feel me? It's
okay. I
yeah.
mean, I can understand that because I've, I guess I could say, at one point in time, I had that going on, but it was like it was only with that one person. Like we weren't together, but we understood our dynamic. You know what I'm saying? We shoot, we would see each other on multiple occasions, but it was never. I don't think he was actually ready. So when I did get ready, I just went ahead and told him. I said, "Shit, you ain't willing to give me what I want." So yeah, he didn't want me to. He didn't want me to get involved with nobody. But hey,
He didn't want you to get involved with nobody, or you didn't want him involved with nobody. Probably
oh, it
both
didn't
ways.
bother me. Actually, no. Because honestly, I did want him, but like I said, he wasn't
Hey,
ready.
Queenie, what's up, baby?
Hey y'all.
So, I mean, I mean, I can't force nobody. So when I knew I was ready, I had to hey make that move and move on. And I didn't like just move on to somebody. I just moved on so I could make myself available for somebody.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's why I was saying, like, it's not. I wouldn't call it complicated. It's just we kind of like you might joke around about the situation. You know what I'm saying? And you may even consider it more if y'all was for whatever reason moving closer to one another. But if if that's not on the table, it's like y'all don't even really seriously consider, you feel what I'm saying, like a couple or whatever. It's like, man, you live way out there, and so I just kind of assume whatever and stay out your business that you don't offer no information up to. But it's not like you know serious ongoing exclusive. That's the word I was looking for. It's not like an exclusive relationship, and both of y'all understand that. Maybe because of the distance. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have a few of those different type of situations, and I guess when what I'm saying, when I'm in your city and we together, you my girl. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
you know, and that's cool. You know, cause I be trying to mind my business. What's up, sexy?
Hey
I
y'all.
be
Hey Queenie. Hey lady.
I be trying to mind my business, you know what I'm saying? And if like I say, if the information is not volunteered to me, you know, and that's my cue. I just gonna wait my turn. You feel what I'm saying?
So your ass just patient.
Patience. That what you say?
Yeah, I said you got patience.
Oh yeah, Capricorn, baby, the goat. You know, it's got all the patience and not
We're gonna no,
not for.
we're not gonna start that tonight. We're not gonna start with the goat. No.
No, we ain't got to go down that hole again. But I'm just saying that is one of our strengths. You know, we got plenty of patience. Probably too damn much sometimes. Queenie,
Is
what you
Queenie even awake?
what you say, ma?
Is Queenie even there?
She was Queenie. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Queenie. Hey, Mama. What you
Hey,
doing?
hey. I'm doing fine. I was just listening.
Queenie, can you give me a prompt to write to?
What kind of prompt you want?
Um, give me something sophisticated but sexy.
Sophisticated and sexy. I like those. I like your choices.
When I step in the room.
When I step in the room, I got you. Hold on. I'm about to write that right now when I step in the room. Okay.
That didn't take long. It didn't take her ass long to think the sophisticated and sexy. Like, yeah, girl, I got you. Yeah.
Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you say, come again. If you cannot stay down, then you do not have to pretend like there is no way out. I should've never let you in, cause you got me face down. Don't take this personal. You're the worst, you know what you've done to me. And although it hurts, I know I just can't keep running away. I can't keep running away.
What'd you say, Mom?
I said I
I
miss
don't need you, I
these,
don't need you,
these
I don't need
singers
you, I don't
of
need you,
this
but
genre.
I want you.
They was hidden different. Music was hidden different when.
I don't mean to, I don't mean to, I don't mean to, I don't mean to, but
Yeah, you just missed a hell of a segment, man, on the rap to pipeline room that we was doing earlier. We got into a lot of that. And I had I played this clip from Nicki Minaj where she was discussing that exact thing about like she felt that she was may have been like on the far end of, you know, the last of a generation that was privileged enough to hear talent and to see talent on the TV when she was speaking of like videos, MTV, BET, that type of thing. And she got an opportunity to witness talent because, of course, she's a student of the Lauryn Hills and Rod Diggers, the, you know, Bermudas, the Floetries. She's a student of them. She come under them, so she got a chance to witness that. And she was talking to an audience of younger people, and she was like, the difference is, it was like now, she say during that time I was influenced by a lot of those ladies were talented, and she say versus now, what's what y'all are being programmed by is not necessarily talent, it's fame.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, yeah, that make a lot of sense, you know. So that's what's being championed. That's what's being praised. The fact that you are just famous, and in that same regard, we willing to accept any and everything. You know, no matter, you know, what allegations are going on against you or what's known facts about practices that you may participate in. If
Uh-huh.
you show up somewhere, you'll still get an audience for the basic fact that you are famous.
Yep.
And I mean, I guess I kind of dig it. I understand it, but you know, I'm not. I've never been a person that, you know. It's gonna have to be something more than just fame for me to tune in.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking, you know. I guess that still excite a lot of people, but I'm one that never have just been just excited about, oh, they famous. Oh, let me go and take a picture with them, you know, because I got an opportunity to, and they famous. It's like, now if I don't know them and don't confide in what it is that they're famous for and don't even know who it is, it's like, but we in a generation now with that's all that, you know, you don't have to have any type of groomed master talent or whatever, just be famous and people follow you.
Yep.
Hey, what is gonna be alcohol or coffee? Look like it's gonna be a combination of both, ladies.
Alcohol, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the vodka, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the oh, see, she spilled some drink on me, and now I'm knowing she tipsy. She put her body on me, and she keeps staring me right in my eyes. No telling what I'm gonna do. Baby, I would rather show you what you've been missing in your life. When I get inside, girl, what you drinking? Gon' let it sink in here for the weekend. Thinking we can see what we can be if we press fast forward. Jump one more round if you're down, I'm pouring. Fill another cup up, feeling on your butt, but you don't even care. I was unaware how fine you was before my blood set in. My blood set in. Blame it on the booze, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you penis on. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny.
I recorded the room though, Quenny, so if you want to check it out, you can always run it back. I keep forgetting about these new little features that we got coming up in the world.
Yep. We're moving on that.
I saw you in the room earlier about the new features. What else interesting have they rolled out? You can share.
When you don't follow the club, like, well, if the club has rules, when you tap on it, if you don't follow it, you have to accept the rules.
Okay, I think I did see that.
Nothing too fancy.
Okay, I ain't have nothing explosive.
Nah.
You know, I lean on y'all to keep me up to date on these new terms and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stuffed out, fresh out the shower. Gotta stay fresh, take about an hour. Gotta get dressed, your boy's so clean. Both of them on, I got them blue jeans. Fresh pair of shades, house on my wrist. Sock to the drawers, your boy stay fit. I'm ready, can nobody tell me nothing. Feels like I'm taking off, I'm so high, so high. Looking for a shawty to break me up, so fly, so fly. Feels like I'm taking off, I'm so high. Looking for a shawty to break me up, so grab my keys, pick my toy. Top drop down, let the haters hear the noise. Hit that pedal, turn that wheel. Push that button, make it all disappear. Phone gets ringy, hit the Bluetooth. Call me on the phone like, hey, what it do? I'm coming, and we gonna take this over. Yeah, feels like I'm taking off. Everybody know what's up. Superstar status. VIP. All the ladies come with me. Come with me, yeah. Come on in. Everybody, it's on me. Showing love. Everybody showing me love.
What she asked Chappelle? She asked me how's the air up there. You can catch me in the treetop. This right here's a classic like a pair of Reeboks. Switching 4 lanes in the old school T-top. 28 chopping up the street top. Set the club on fire with anything that we drop. Make the juice box with, make the super bebop. She on a handstand, man, I love the way she keep it. She can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G. I got a Gmail, spent the G code. I took the G spot, G in the G fold. $100 bill, that's a C note. You got 10 of them, that's a G note. I check the time, ice blocks on my G shop. You know who it is, Slim and Young Jesus.
Feels like I'm taking off, I'm so high. For sure, but it bring me nothing. So fine, piece up, beat time down. I'm a young jock, so you know it's going down. Piece up, beat time down. I'm a young jock, so you know it's going down.
I guess I ain't got no reason to mingle round. I found a superwoman that could leap from the truck in a single bound. Mommy, I'm trying to bling you down. So niggas without shades on can't stare when I bring you round. She put her lips on the weed and pull us to work her tongue and make me come faster than a speed and butter. Her love stronger than a locomotive, but only for the FABOLOUS. Sing to me, ma.
Baby, they can't play you. No more. I'm here. See me? Got the F on my chest. What up? Making the girls like me, no. Take a girl like me to get a guy like you to understand how girls ain't the same. I'm not your average chick, cause they can't do it like this. I've been sent to save your day and things won't be the same. No, they can't play you, cause I'll save you. I'll save you. Once before, you ain't gotta look up in the sky, cause the girl you need is right before your eyes. Yes, I'm sick of all these bras, ain't got nothing to stand for, cause with me you won't fall off, no baby. Baby, let them play you. I'm here to save you from them.
Superwoman might have saved my day. Them skills, I would've gave some play. Nah, I wouldn't even gave their way. I understand why them other chicks behave that way. They see the ICS on your chest, engraved in gravy, whipped. I might, usually with my tips I'm tight, but only green I keep from you is kryptonite. The way that blue and red suit fit your hips so right, I be like da 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 da. Damn, it's like I'm under your spell. If feeling you is a crime, they gon' have to put me under the jail. You probably hear the details that I be in everything from legs to CLs with my share of females, but you know I care for you. And anytime this nigga's there for you, these feelings I only share for you. This makes it a little more clear for you that
EnVogue was trying to give y'all gals the game on how to hold a nigga down. You know what I'm saying? But y'all would rather be listening to broke niggas don't need no pussy and all this other old crazy shit that y'all, you know. But we can talk about it. You said something? You said something? You said something? Miss Lady, you said something?
All I can do
What? What?
is because
I don't listen to that type of music.
I don't know who you
So
talking to
if it's
or
decent, you speak. Other than that,
yeah. That's how it goes.
You don't listen to the necessarily listen to the music, but do you submit to the the slogans? Do you confide in such a statement?
I do not resonate in that.
Okay. I'm gonna let you slip and slide on your little words for right now. Miss Nicki Minaj on popularity versus talent. What y'all think?
Well, she may be correct. Because music
Sound
ain't
like
like
she
it
got a
used to
point,
be.
huh?
Yeah. Because music ain't nothing like it used to be. Nothing at all. Where it actually meant something, you understood the words, you knew what they were talking about. Now the shit they could barely say anything, mumble, and it's a hit.
And that's all a part of the programming, I would think. What you think?
Shit, it could be, yeah. Cause I guess you got a dope ass beat without saying nothing. To them, you got something. I guess because it's aiming at the younger generation rather than the overall.
Yeah, because they've made it more about production versus message, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Cause I remember when you had Public Enemy and all them KRS-One when they was actually saying something.
Where you was? Why you wasn't in the room earlier? Cause you would have loved it. In fact, make sure that you go back and replay it, and when you get a chance. And we covered a lot of ground on those subjects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time earlier.
Oh, that's what's up.
She'll be the last one that's on my wall on my
Okay.
profile. Get a
Make
chance.
Well, make sure I do that.
Yeah, we gonna.
Yeah, cause I remember, man. Hey, I remember when I used to love to listen to like the Sugar Hill Gang and all that. But now, and like I don't even listen to Nicki Minaj nor do I listen to Lil Wayne. I can't stand their voice.
Yeah,
It
that's that.
irritates
That's
me.
why it was surprising to me that because I'm older. Obviously, I'm older, so I'm not a fan of Nicki Minaj. but it's like,
Mm-mm.
I'm familiar with the type of, image that she portrays and the music that she does, and to hear that come from her was kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, cause
She made a lot of sense.
I can't listen to them because it's not my thing, and I hate the sound of their voices.
There's no real messages in there. There's no real social commentary that is. It's like, what are we getting out of these? We come from that era where we had to be getting something from the record, something. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
huh.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, you're not finna just be taking up 5 minutes out of my day for nothing just because you
Nothing.
want to be famous and shit. You better
Yeah.
be putting me up on some kind of game.
Yeah.
Dropping some type of jewel. Teaching me something hip to say something.
And it's funny because my daughter told me. She said she told me I need to go have my head checked because I told her I don't like Nicki Minaj. And I told her, I said,
How dare
say,
you?
well, yeah. She told me, she said, Mom, you need to go have your head checked. I said, why? I say, Nicki Minaj sound like she got a mouthful of spit. Lil Wayne sound like he always ready to cry. I said, I can't get down with that. I can't do it.
Hey, I ain't finna let you talk about my homie like that. You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
you can let up off Wayne right goddamn now. I get
what the hell
sensitive. They
ever?
talk about Wayne. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm gonna tell you what you gonna have to do about that. You have to take them feelings and tuck them in your pocket.
You know what I'm saying? They always be
Yeah,
fucking with Weezy, man. Let Weezy live, man. Weezy,
oh, he can live all he wants to, just not in my ear.
Leave my boy alone, man.
Oh, he can live all he
ST
wants, just not in my ear.
STL talk. Who this is? This one of y'all stalkers down here, and one of y'all know him. Let me check him out before I let him up. Let
I
me
don't
see.
know. Uh-uh.
Queen is one of your fans. Let me view his profile. Hold on. Queenie got a lot of fans. I'd be like, okay. He got an Instagram. He should. Well, he
Oh,
dipped.
spit raw.
No,
No,
spit ain't
the
on there
cat,
no more.
the cat that just had left. Get your hot girl ass up. What you doing? You don't know who in the room. What you over there
Playing
doing?
a game on my phone, listening.
Lord,
But
one one of those
we talking about
games.
my allergies at nighttime, so I try to stay on mute.
Who talked about your allergies?
We did in the other room.
Oh, you better be glad it's after 12, cause you'll be lying on a Sunday.
Yes,
That's.
we did. It was me, you, Leon. What? How you say her
Oh
name?
yeah, yeah.
Madonna.
I thought you were saying that it was me in particular that made mockery of your allergies, and that is I know
No,
of
I
no
didn't say
such animal.
mockery. I said we talked about them, and I said that's why I keep going on mute. But anyways, guess
But
what I did?
you got a sexy voice anyway, so motherfuckers ain't finna ridicule you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Esteem and
Been so
enhance
prideful.
racial pride.
Front of me a car, a condo, bags, shoes, something, money in my account. That never happened. And maybe that's just where I'm foolish. There's no supporting evidence. I think it's just public speculation. I like to call them fan theories. Very interesting. To be honest with you, my biggest thing is I'm from Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, do you know where that is?
No.
Okay, exactly my point.
No, but it's Mississippi, goddamn.
I moved from Grand
Even
Rapids.
Oklahoma looked down on Mississippi.
Shit.
Shit.
Yeah, right. So,
Gangsta.
I think for me, it's just I built my following from the ground up. As you grow,
Why do your following on Instagram?
yes, because I started my Instagram account the summer of 2012.
Why?
Because at the time I was doing fitness, and I actually deleted my social media for the boyfriend
Was there some kind of soccer video?
I used to play soccer. I used to have real talent.
Okay.
I mean, I would always, shoot juggle, shoot the ball, but it would be in like short shorts, ass out, and then I sometimes would twerk in there.
All right.
So people loved it.
One of the biggest lies that's been told to your generation is you can have it all at the same time. Show me one person that has it all at the same time.
I think that's I don't know a person off the top of my head.
I can say Beyonce.
You say Beyonce?
Yes, Beyond and say.
You say you think that she has it all?
I mean, like, family, a large empire, music that is like, changing the galaxy as we know it. I think that's pretty much having it all. A decently okay husband, after except for that one time.
That we know of.
I said except that one time.
Right. And like I say, that we know of, not that that's a total deal breaker, because, for a lot of power couples, it's absolutely not, like what she was mentioning, and she has that same type of mentality as, the totally monogamous relationship, where it's exclusively you and them. They willing to overlook that for a certain level of lifestyle, kind of, sort of, I guess. So I guess it's gonna be in the eye of the beholder, so to speak. If if only you would know, if you quote unquote got it all. It's gonna be a standard of your own. It kind of seems make any
Yeah,
sense.
and then also you got to think about it from this point of view. I mean, like, success is really just what you think successfulness is. Whether it's like, okay, you did well on a business deal, or you currently, like, you're being like a pretty well-paid script writer, and then also like you got like a pretty cool family and a good relationship with your other family. It all is that, and you can have it
Th-
all. It just like much like everything in life, it's a balance. It's a balancing act.
Cause that is indeed success. Those examples that you just mentioned, they could be considered successful. Especially if it was something that you struggled with and pursued and ultimately conquered. Doesn't necessarily have to be financially. You know,
Hmm.
but your situation. Um, if you're satisfied with it, not what it looked like to the world. Of course, nobody want to be like, your man cheating on you and everybody else know it. You know what I'm saying? For some individuals, that the fact that it's actually happening means much less than being embarrassed by the fact that everybody else know that it's happening. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's,
Did,
it's like,
has anyone ever told you that you kind of sound like a pimp named Slipback? But I actually know someone that does a really good impression of that and like
see,
made it his whole entire persona.
we probably have been in a room together, and it's you taking jabs at me again, because your voice sound familiar too.
No, I'm not taking jabs. I'm just saying like your voice just sounds like that as a
But I
compliment.
have heard that a few times, and I can't make the connection, but I am so a fan of Cat Williams and that character, and the
The
Boondocks.
Boondocks.
I think it's some of the realest shit that
Who's
ever
not?
graced TV.
Who's
And
not? Honestly, I mean, I get why they're not gonna make it again because rest in peace to Jhon Weatherspoon, a true king. Like, and
come
also
on now, come on.
And also, I just want to say one thing. Like, okay, do y'all know that there's a Friday animated series?
I think I may have saw a promotional or something on it, maybe
Oh, where'd you see a promotional? Because I saw nothing. I heard it great. I heard it through the grapevine.
I saw I want to say like a illustration. I don't remember. I don't think that it was a video. It was like some kind of
Like a teaser trailer.
like a movie poster per se,
Yeah.
a concept poster
Well,
about it.
there's a show. Don't watch it. You if you like Friday, do not watch it. They really out here. No offense to John DiMaggio, he voiced half my childhood, but to quote one of my favorite YouTubers and a friend of mine, "You will never be pops, nigga. Get on somewhere with you and your haircut."
Who trying to be pops?
So in the show, they casted John DiMaggio, and if you know anything about voice acting, he's like a voice acting legend. He's done like so many voices. To name a few: Bender from Futurama, Dr. Draken from Kim Possible, Dog from American Dragon. Like he's a veteran, but they tried to cast him as Pops in the show. Do you see the problem with that sentence I just spewed?
I would have to. I need to get an image of him in my head. Let me go and run a search so I can get an
I
image
can
of
give
him to
you a
see.
PTR in a minute. Hold on. Like I can give
Yeah,
you a PTR of what the show
hook me
looks like.
up so I
Do you want
can
what the show looked like, or do you want to know who John DiMaggio looks like?
John DiMaggio so I can make a comparison of whether or not he would visually make a good pops.
He won't. Trust me, it won't. And I get what they was going for, but the answer is going to be a no. It's going to be a no for me, dog. If you heard his voice over the years, like especially if you watch Futurama, I don't know how old you are, and I don't know if you would actually watch like the original shows the other two shows that I listed, but if you heard him do Bender, then you know how he sounds.
I'm probably familiar with the voice. I just have to revisit who it is because
PTR,
I
PTR.
may have not been able to. Okay, let me see who this is. He looks familiar. And this who they trying to.
They've had him voice Pops from Friday.
Oh, voice him for the cartoon version of it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, I
So
see where
you
you're
see why
going.
that's a problem. Cause I'm
Yeah,
gonna say it again. You will never be Pops, nigga. Never in your lifetime. Like I'm actually hurt at the moment because the show just looked all types of trash. Like Stoney looked like he a fucking crack addict, and honestly, it hurts my soul that this exists.
so you be getting into the movie stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
like you
do.
really sound like you know this stuff.
I I do. It's just okay. Let me put it like this: I know more movies than I know animation, but I know like my way around animation a bit, and I know how much time it take. Getting the right people and like just some of the best of the best, in my opinion. Like me and a former friend of mine, they ain't my friend no more because they done backstabbed me. But like we had a conversation about Toy Story 4, and I didn't really like it all that much. Personally, my favorite is 2. But like it was just like a whole thing, and he was just like, "Nah, you understand, CC? Like this shit made me cry in the theater," and I'm like, "That's not like a you problem, but there's a lot in this like problem here." So, see, like, sheesh, my guy, she's for really for real. You had a phone call.
I did.
Was it an important phone call?
It was.
What was the phone call about, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, one of the guy one of my coworkers that I work with, an artist that I record for, and he was letting me know that he was close to me and was trying to see whether it was something he needed to pick up for me.
Ah, that does sound like it was important. You got two people down in the audience. They're newbies.
Do you know them?
No, because they're newbies. They got the little party hat.
Yeah, I see they that don't mean that you can't know them, Miss Thing.
No, I mean like
Let
when
me
you got
see.
the party hat, it means that they new, and I've never seen them before. So like they probably never seen me before. So therefore they are new and also newbies.
Let me see who they are. Let's see. Cause somebody had their hand raised.
Also, what time is it where you are?
It is 1:43 here. Where are you?
It's 2:43 where I am. So and I'm in Michigan.
Okay. Eastern Standard Time.
C.
Central?
No, I said C as in yes in
Oh, okay.
Spanish.
Right on. All right, shit. Brush me up on my Spanish and sit down. Boy, I ain't mad at you.
I don't know a lot of it. I just say certain phrases, and then it's like, oh, you're probably bilingual, and it's like, that's an assumption.
Yeah, with that passion that you have for movies, though, you know what I'm saying. You could that's something that's marketable, because it's natural and it comes across very dynamic when it's genuine and it's not animated. You feel me?
Yeah, I just like. I mean, I just like making. I want to make movies and star in movies and all that fun stuff. That's why on my whole bio says I'm a writer, director, and actress.
Yeah, you have any personal experience with movie making?
I'm working on a TV show right now. Have been behind the scenes for like a lot of stuff in my area. I'm technically in two movies and a skit is on my IMDb page, and I'm in a play right now that I have rehearsal for in like several hours.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you've been working. Congratulations to you, and much more on your journey in pursuing that. I've been lucky enough to be a part of a few productions. I got into film through the capacity of like soundtrack, doing uh, themes and scores, background music, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's how I kind of like got into it. But yeah, I love the
So you
craft.
write scores? Is that what you're saying? Like you write scores or you write soundtracks?
I write songs, compositions, period. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so uh, I guess now once you kind of like on that radar.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they give you a heads up of something specific that they may be looking for an upcoming film, but a lot of times they just look in your catalog. They like to have access to stuff that you haven't released yet. You know, and sometimes even older songs if it fit the bill of in the field of the sense that they looking for. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, like I do a thing with Queenie sometimes, which is like an improv thing, and it's one John. It's on this app, and she like her and the other guy that we were partnering with, they bailed on me this weekend, and I said y'all owe me next time. But basically, it's a whole thing where like it's in medieval times, and I'm a princess, but basically I'm sunshine personified, and the other guy named Charles, he's the king. He ends up like dying, and Queenie is the stepmom, and she's trying to teach me how to be like a cold-blooded queen, but I don't like that shit because I'm all about I talk to birds and I paint and I do it's interesting and it's a fun time and I enjoy it and it's just like it's cool. It's a
Yeah,
vibe.
sound interesting. Queen is always fun, and her escapades that she be putting together and be a part of that she invite me to. I always have a good time.
Yeah, she always like it's always a vibe.
Oh no, I was just saying that I think it is about everybody's self preservation. I honestly think that there aren't that many relationships going on right now because everybody's worried about themselves, right? What can I do to be able to make sure that I take care of myself? You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You have to be selfish, to be able to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But I mean, I think that's why the divorce rate is down because people aren't getting married. So that was my opinion as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, certainly there's some truth in there. We have to, I guess, be aware of what's going on in order to just protect ourselves. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we are not willing to try to find a compatible person or what have you. It's like other on the flip side of that we have going on is life and trying to build and establish things for oneself and understand understanding from experience that females uh, have certain expectations when it comes to a quote unquote man,
Bro,
so
these expectations, man, are off the chain. I mean, they're they're a little bit out of line almost when it comes to expectations. You know what I mean? It's like how are you like not that attractive of a person, but you just want like the man with the house, the car, the you know what I'm saying, the job. And it's like you have to live kind of inside of your expectations. You know what I mean? And I feel like as a man, I know that. You know, I know what I can expect. You know what I mean? I know my
yeah, because
limitations.
we start getting those lessons, most of us at an early age, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're gonna learn it one way or the other. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? By the time you
we
reach
do, but
adulthood.
women, not saying double standard. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it is a double standard. We know what our limitations are, and sometimes some women, not all women, sometimes some women, they really try to live outside of their expectations, and then they wonder why they're alone, or why they don't have the man, or or they have a man. He's sitting there. He's providing for you. He's doing his best, but yet it's not good enough for
Hey, remember Prince had wrote about it, and when the doves cry, and in fact that's the name of this particular clip that we looking at right now. It's called "When the Doves Cry." Was that line? It was maybe I'm just like my mother. She's
She's
never
never satisfied.
satisfied. And there you have it in genius manuscript. you know, he's
Mm,
not immune to it either. It's human nature. So it's
that's crazy. That's crazy,
yeah.
man.
They hit on a lot of different pointers here. We're gonna check out a little bit more of it.
And I think that having that mentality and knowing that happens, it
Uh-huh.
allows you to be able to be a little bit more free. You know what I mean? I feel like as a man, you should be able to um, have a little bit more of an open mind. I think because it is so hard to satisfy a woman these days. I mean, not these days, but I mean, just like literally in general. And it's like, and I think that's where it comes from. I think that's where it comes from. A dude is like, oh man, these chicks are just they're gonna do what they do. And then a woman, I assume, is just gonna be like, oh, no man can ever satisfy me. So therefore, less relationships, right? Less marriages, less divorce. Honestly,
Yeah, because we always feel that we got more time psychologically. In the back eye is like we still got time to get it right, and then we see examples of that displayed out in others. Like they found their thing at this age, and they got their thing together. But you never can be for certain unless you involved in their thing. You know what I'm saying? Of what's really taking place, what motives are involved. So those experiences are definitely important. That's how we get down off up in here. You know what I'm saying? We be listening, tuning in. I understand a lot of people like to get in here and chat it up, but a lot of these conversations have already been heard. If you can
oh yeah,
locate
they
them,
should be heard more often. I
Right.
mean, really, people need to talk it out. You know what I'm saying, and find out exactly why people aren't getting in relationships. Why people aren't you know really trying to connect. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. Like the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I mean, they don't hook up. You know what I'm saying? Like as often as you would think. It's just yeah, I think it's strange. But coming from one man who's been married for 18 years, um, I the relationships now are they're puzzling to me. I would say that.
Yeah, man, you have to be giving counter to some degree the competition. You feel me? My competition was my homies in the projects, guys that I went to school with, that I went to, middle school with when I started getting involved with elementary for me, around, fifth, sixth grade when I started getting involved with girls. And so that the competition was small, but now with social media, your competition is all of a sudden shit nationwide. Cause niggas on here is not playing with a few dollars. They would save up them a couple of checks and fly abroad out. You know what I'm saying? There's not bullshitting. You feel me? So
Yeah, I feel you now.
I mean, there has to be some level of self-esteem rise that come along with that, especially if you were a young lady that you didn't feel that you were as pursued as maybe some of your friends may have been. Now it's like you got this outpouring span of attention that's coming from social media. No, it doesn't really matter how attractive or unattractive that you may be. Every female on social media is going to get their share of attention.
Show, yeah.
With that, I can understand some feeling harassed. You feel me? But with others, it's like, how dare you complain about somebody in your inbox? You need to be glad somebody in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? With your ugly ass. But even
Yeah.
even even they be complaining. So that lets you know the level of attention they getting when even when a wildebeest looking motherfucker can complain about the attention they getting. Right? You feel me?
Man, for real, for real. I get it totally.
And that it's taken for granted ultimately. You feel me? So now it's like, you know, they sometimes climb into competition brackets where they have no business being, and it can can sometimes come to a state of delusion, because
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's delusion.
you're never going to reach the amount of likes as Rihanna. You just don't exist in that atmosphere, sugar. You don't have those type of resources. And it's not just Rihanna that you competing against that got her with 100 million likes on every picture, but subconsciously, that this is a target. This becomes a want for some females to reach that level of attention, because I mean, at the end of the day, when the smoke clears, they still just young ladies. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they desire to have, what makes her any more special than me that she get uh, that much of attention, And I got one of the artist daughters, man. You talk about some pressure that was on during the time where, when not Harry, but what's the oldest brother name? The oldest prince? What's his name? The oldest brother,
Oh, you
not
talking about
Prince Harry.
Charles?
The oldest brother, not Charles. Charles is the father, the one
Uh,
that married his wife. His wife's name is Kate.
no, no, it's Harry. It's Charles
No,
and Harry. That's it, right?
is the oldest brother name is Charles?
Nah, Charles is the dad, and Harry
Right,
is the son.
Harry is the son, and he has an older brother. Harry married the actress Megan.
Yeah, yeah, the black chick.
Yeah, but he's not next in line for the throne. His older brother is the one that got married to his wife's name is Kate Middleton. I can't remember what his name is though,
Shit, I don't.
but it's
No.
not Charles. But I remember when they got married and their wedding was televised, and my daughter then at that time was maybe what 11, 12 years old, and she was like tuned in every day, every second of, can you imagine that type of pressure being on a father? How you gonna top that? How you gonna provide your daughter with that type of wedding? You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
I feel you.
Yeah, but I mean, what makes Kate Middleton any more special than my daughter? That's how I feel. You feel what I'm
Yeah, no,
saying?
no, I agree. I agree with you.
But of course, I don't have those kind of resources to provide her with that type of wedding. Well, I mean, it's the same, in any other aspects of life. And when you talk about social media, the
I
fact
think
that
about it.
those
You
young
just
ladies don't have the resources, that's still not going to stop them from wanting to achieve that level of attention.
man, you just reminded me why I'm glad I don't have a daughter. Uh, man, because the father is supposed to provide the wedding.
Right, exactly. And you sitting there watching your daughter just totally engulfed in of the royal wedding because it's on TV. Even though they're not in the United States, this shit is on TV every day, every second of it. The All of
Wow,
the preparations, coming up to it, not just the wedding, but the whole shebang. It was on TV and she was tuned in. You know what I'm saying?
wow, yeah, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. She's like, "You gonna give me that wedding, daddy?"
You feel me? Never in
She's
those
like, "I don't
words,
even like
but
the dude. Why am I? I don't even like him. Why I'm gonna give you that wedding?"
that's some father pressure for your ass. But yeah, it's the same with the competition on the social media, and I think that has a lot. It's like, why settle for this cat? Because they got what's up. How you doing, Miss Pretty Lady, Pretty Girl? They got that from 8 or 9 other guys that might be better prospects. You know,
Oh, but yeah, yeah. And then they choose the wrong one. It's like literally 6 times out of 10, probably seven, maybe they choose the wrong one.
uh,
And
can you imagine? Can you imagine what they have to go through going through that inbox, and then
mm,
to look at how many of these invites that they have pursued, to have to look back on that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they delete the conversation, it's like it went from 20 advances a day, and their nose was in the cloud, and they wasn't responding to nobody because they thought they was it's celebrity status now. Because why would I respond to your dust ass nigga? I got niggas in
yeah,
Chicago willing to
yeah.
fly
But
me out.
you a diamond in the rough. You a diamond in the rough, ready to take care of somebody, and then they choose that nigga.
Right. But see, over a period of time, over the years, those advances decrease, and then they start to take notice. It's like, when I first got on Facebook, a minimum of 30 niggas a day was in my inbox. Then it went from 20 to 30 to 20. Then it went from 20 to 10. Then it went from 10 to 5. It's like, what the fuck is going on? What's up? Why niggas ain't getting at me like how they used to? Some of them, you feel me? They actually, pursued. Some of them, they went out to go visit them in Dallas, and they lived it up. They may have visited them a few times and they did their thing or whatever, whatever, you know. But the Dallas guy now has found a younger prospect Well, he don't have to pay for the babysitting while you gone.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah,
And
man. That's yeah. I feel you. I mean, it goes the other way as well. Especially with the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's when it gets complicated. When you got multiple kids. And you sitting here. On each level. I think for her or for him. If you got kids, it's like, well, I don't want to give all my attention to you because you got kids, right? But I mean, it's so weird though. It's so jacked up, man. Like on a mental level, I feel like the ladies really do give more attention to the dudes, even if they have kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got other guys out here, you got legit prospects. It's like, where is the mental on the ladies' end? I mean, I'd like to ask a female in the room that question.
What's your question, Jax?
I'm asking. Let me ask Queenie. I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask Queenie.
I think lady is here. Queenie might be asleep. She be in and out round by this time. She'll tune in if
Uh,
she there though. You could just put the question out there. Lady is here though.
oh, lady. Okay, lady. Where is the mental on uh being with a guy with kids as opposed to or not? Like what do you how do you God dog it, I'm trying to get this question together. How do you uh put it together for a guy that you want, right? And do you hit? I mean, do you hit on the guy that you want, or like is it a miss?
I mean, like you talking about if he has kids?
Well, yeah, I was originally talking about if he has kids.
Okay, so here's my thing. Once I had children, I didn't want to date a guy who didn't have children
Hmm.
because I was afraid that he wouldn't know how to handle or participate with kids.
That makes sense.
And then it was once I had kids, I didn't go anywhere my kids couldn't go anyway. If my homegirls and them was talking about going to a club, shit, can my kids go? No, so I'm not going. You know, and then and I think too because I can't have children anymore. I didn't. That's another reason I didn't want to date anybody who didn't have kids because I couldn't give them the one thing they might have wanted. So I guess it really depends on who it is that you ask. You know.
I feel you, but like as far as you know, dating the right guy, right? Do you feel like you have success in that area?
Uh, I guess it only depends on what the person considers as the right guy, because everybody has different views on what the right guy for them is. I mean, because like for me, I had a homegirl that used to always say, "I want a man who already got everything." I'd be like, and I would always ask her why, because you have to remember, for one, a man who already has everything, it only means something to him. It doesn't mean anything to the other person. Now, what you establish together will mean more to you than what that person already has.
How you on the phone and talking at the same time?
Actually, my thing, and I looked up, my phone was ringing. I just didn't answer it.
Uh,
I was
I
like,
was
oh,
like,
okay. So that means that I need to restate what I said.
"Nah, you good? I heard you. I
Oh,
heard
okay.
all of it."
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't dare want to date somebody who already has everything. Because, like I say, when you
What is,
obtain
what is
something, it
everything?
only
What is everything?
that means like a person who has money and you don't want for nothing. I don't care. For me, um, I don't want nobody who already has um, the whole house or multiple cars, whatever the case may be. Because me coming into that, even though they already have a house, it means nothing to me. I think it's nice that you got it. Yeah, you might have it furnished and everything else, but what does that actually mean to me? We didn't obtain it together.
Mm, I feel you on that one.
I mean, because what? How can I actually call any of that mine? It doesn't belong to me.
Shit, that's what's up. I like that. I like that. I like that take. Uh, but that's just because I ain't got shit.
Hot damn, hot
Talk
damn.
your shit.
Hey, you know,
Well, shit, at least you're honest about it.
yeah, nah, for real, nah. I'm good. I got a job. I mean, I got a house. I got a car. It's really all that's just material to me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I invest. All that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. All I care about is honestly, all I care about is retirement.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I'm looking at is retirement and paying for my kid's college. Um, and I already told him I'm trying. Look, I'm trying to get his first words, his very first words. I was trying to get him to say scholarship. I was like, please say scholarship, scholarship, say scholarship. You know, and that's what I'm on right now. You know what
Okay,
I'm
That
saying?
does
so
that does
okay, so I
eliminate a
have.
lot of headaches.
Oh yeah,
Man,
that it
scholarship and
does.
retirement, and that's it. That's all I care about. Like that's
Okay,
literally what's on my head right now.
okay, I got a quick question for you. Okay, so if say for instance you had like um a very nice house, you got a very nice car, you have money, you don't have to want for nothing. You get a female. What are you expecting her to actually care about, being that you have all this stuff?
Me, I want her to care
Okay.
about me. You know,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm. That's the ultimate goal. Is just, do you care for me?
Mhm.
I only look. You can see it in my bio. I only like those who like me.
So
And if
therefore,
go
so
ahead.
what I'm saying, what I'm asking is like, are you expecting her to care about the things? Okay, say for instance, she cares for you, right?
Yeah,
Do you expect her to? Here's the thing, like respect everything that you already have, cherish what you have, even though y'all didn't get it together. Because things that, whether it's the relationship that you build together, and then all the other stuff means more to the both of them rather than just one person.
I think ultimately it really depends on the person. All right, are
Okay.
we are we going in the same direction?
Uh huh.
Right? Okay, look, I got all this. I got all this. Right? All right, I'm established. Okay,
Okay.
where are you? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you know, sometimes in a relationship, you can't just work at Wendy's. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
sometimes it happens that way.
Why
Yeah.
not? Why not? What's wrong with working at Wendy's? Why not? You pick them
Bro,
up.
bro,
I mean, when it comes
I'm
to a
sorry,
female,
bro. I'm sorry, man. No, look.
when it
I mean,
comes
we
to a
have to have
female, what's wrong with, you know what I'm saying? I guess
no.
I'm a sucker for love, man, because I fell in
That's
love with
me.
many
Yeah.
at the drive-through window. Girl,
I agree. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
what time you getting off? And don't give a damn if she got a pot to piss in, because that's how guys are. We don't require all of this different. You know what I'm saying? And then
Kind
it's
of disagree. I kind of disagree because I feel like in order to be able to have a mental, uh, establishment. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys have to kind of be going in the same direction. You know what I mean? I don't think that you have to be like a lawyer or whatever. But at the same time, you have to have a little bit more of a mental agreement.
Not necessarily, cause she coming in my direction regardless. She gonna have to convince me that she, you know what I'm saying, got a better plan or show me a better plan because automatically, just naturally, she gonna follow and get involved and get in line and on program with what it is that I'm doing. That don't mean that I won't support whatever ideals that she got or whatever she already has established, but I really, it's not a factor to me. It's like a plus where I be like, yeah, hey, hold up, this my little boo that I met at the Wendy's. And shit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you finna get ready to get off? Yeah, the homies be like, oh yeah, she got a little job and shit. Yeah, homie, she got a little job. So she ain't, she can get her own little her own little Cheetos with the extra cheese, and I ain't got to be driving halfway across town in the middle of the night for these little things, cause she got her own, little $60. You feel me? But the fact that she living with her mama and she got a little one, and she, 21 years old or 19, it's like niggas ain't looking at that as I ain't fucking with her like that. It's just a fuck thing or whatever. It's like no, it's however it is that she treat the situation. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah,
it, and
I
and we
get
are
it.
just that way. It's like because I just like how she can motivate me to become whatever it is that she's seeking, you know what I'm saying, in a man. And that's why I don't know why it's so complicated, because it ain't nothing that a man won't do for a woman. But those are the key words, man and woman. Not player and playette, not pimp and hoe, but man and woman. A woman can motivate a man to do anything, you feel what I'm saying? Including get filthy rich. If that's what you want, a rich man or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You could speak certain words into his ear that can motivate. Ain't nothing gonna motivate a man like a woman. Don't ever get that twisted. You feel what I'm saying? Where and more so it's like, that's come natural for us because shit, we only look as good as what's on our arm. Of course, we don't want you mad and looking all stressed out, and that ain't what we want. You feel what I'm saying? We want you happy. We want you successful and whatever it is that you pursue or what have you, but not at the cost of, you know what I'm saying, stepping in my neck and making me feel less than a man because you on a rampage or on your path. It's like that's not how we get this done. You feel me?
I do indeed. Yeah, man.
It's definitely a double standard when it comes to that because shit, it's you got to be shooting a hella script. Not to say that it can't happen because shit, I done been in the drive-through window in my younger days at the fast food restaurants, you know what I'm saying, and picked up a couple of girls that would have been considered out of my league, and I'm just hanging out the window talking shit like, damn, I show like that Corvette. They think it's so cute that I'm so naive that I don't have a chance in hell because I'm in the fucking drive-through window at McDonald's. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
But they think it's cute and actually get a phone number. You feel me? And might end up getting off up into something because of that naive ass confidence. You feel me? But throughout life, often we as men, without that re-encouragement of our women, we can lose that along the way, a lot of that confidence. You know what I'm saying? And now they'll be complaining about this soft ass, niggas not being hard enough. You got women up out here that's actually leaving niggas because niggas don't have enough backbone to be like, baby, I love you, but will you shut the fuck up, please, just
Yeah.
for a minute? You know.
Dude, that's all I ask is shut the fuck up. That's all I ask. It's like, can you shut the fuck up? Like,
But
shut the
they
fuck up.
they
Like, that's it.
you feel me? They
How
they
hard
figure
is
that
that?
they
How hard is that?
they figure a nice guy, the nice guy in their mind that they looking for would never talk to them like that, right? So at least that's how some of them feel. Other ones gon' they finna leave your soft ass because they not finna tell you, bro. I'm not finna tell you when you need to put me in my fucking place. I'm not finna tell you when you need to tell me to sit on my ass somewhere.
Right,
It's
right.
got to be something that's just come natural as, hey, look, man.
If y'all understand each other, then there won't be no need for that anyway, because she'll know when, like, when you if you come in from work, she know that, okay, this is time to let him get himself together. You know what I'm saying? Go shower, do whatever it is he gonna do. Then I'll talk to him in a minute. You know.
Nah, nah, it's tough. It's tough. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
like,
because that's
I
gonna
mean,
come
it's
along when
well,
you
you have
actually
to.
bet you once you know a person. Yeah, you can operate better once you know what I'm saying. But it's
Well,
you.
if
no, you
people
would think
no,
so.
because
You would
look,
think
yeah,
so. But look,
because
I'm
okay,
telling you,
but people get to okay. Here's it is.
Hold on,
It starts
let her finish, Jack.
it starts out that way. But then when people get too comfortable, they feel like it's okay to say whatever it is they gonna say, you know what I'm saying? And be disrespectful and all that because now y'all been together for a while. But if y'all both know your boundaries, if y'all both know where it is that y'all standing, y'all don't have to talk to each other that way, then it's not gonna be no need. Like for instance, when my girlfriend gets home from work, she comes over there, she'll give me a kiss, and I'll ask her, how was work? And she says, oh, it was good. After that, she goes, sits at her table. She has her beer. She has her smoke. And that's it. And I'll talk to her in a minute. I'm going to let her get herself together, let her relax a little bit, then we'll talk. The
Because
females of
you
today,
know her behavior, right?
well,
You
yeah,
speaking of you speaking of
but,
just a female
well,
in general, or
well,
how we should approach you. That's what you speaking.
okay, it goes, I'm saying, as, okay, when you first get with somebody, true enough, you're doing all the cute shit and all that. A lot of people don't keep it up. Now everybody's getting on everybody's nerves. But people aren't taking the time to get to know people before they jump in the sack with them anyway. So now as the time goes, you start to learn some things about the person. And these are some things you might not like. Now, you have to decide, are you willing to deal with them or is this not what you want? If you can be transparent from the get-go and people accept that, you're good. You,
Straight up. So
you know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why it's like, all right, you know, when you 4 months later, when you look me dead in the eye and be like, you know what, you a straight up asshole. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just remember how we met.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
remember my first words to you, you know what I'm saying, when you was, you know what I'm saying, when you got out the car, with looking all crazy and I was passing by, and then this is how we met. Two kids later, remember what I said to you, and you responded when I asked you what you looking at.
yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm an asshole. But that's how you responded to that. What you looking at?
You know what? And then, okay, so like for instance,
So what can you expect to get from a person from that once they letting you know that's you can't be no more upfront. That ain't how you
shit, I'm
speak.
gonna tell. Well,
You
shit,
know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell you like
saying?
this. I'll tell you like this. If you're gonna be an asshole, be consistent. At least they can't say you not yourself or that you changed up.
Well, I figure if you can put up with the asshole, then you can damn
Hmm.
sure put up with when I'm making an attempt to be a nice person. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
Cause
because
you can tolerate the asshole, then we can make it through our worst of
yeah, because
times. You feel what
if
I'm
you could
saying?
if you could make it through the asshole, I'll be like shit. Oh hell, that's just him on the daily. He'll be all right, and you keep it moving, go on and do what you gonna do. Okay, that's like for instance, I made one of the biggest mistakes to me I consider of my life, which was I got married and know I wasn't supposed to be married.
Uh oh.
Okay,
What
yeah,
age? What
that was
age?
I was 28 and I had got married. And I'm gonna tell you how I knew I wasn't supposed to be getting married. Because when we went down to the courthouse to begin with, I misspelled my own name on the paper.
Oh no.
And my dumb ass,
Oh, wait a minute. Back up. Back
what?
up.
What?
You say you misspelled your own name,
My own name.
Mm.
and you didn't
I,
do this purposely.
no, I didn't. No. I was writing out, my hand was shaking so bad I could not focus. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. And I should have paid attention to that. And I didn't.
On what basis did you decide that you wanted to be married?
Well, it was. Whew, what happened
Yeah, you
was,
ain't expect that
yeah.
one now, did you? Yeah, see,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem telling it that I don't because it's what I went through, what I did. You know what I'm saying? So, when I left West Texas, I had moved out to Dallas. I was at,
D-Town, D-Town in the
yeah,
building, represent D-Town.
I
Go ahead.
had, I had moved out there. I had went to my mom's house, um, and so I was supposed to be. I got into Dallas. I was supposed to be finding me a job and, you know, getting my own place and all that. I said okay, and didn't have a problem with that because I'm always used to working. Well, what ended up happening was my mom's boyfriend said that we couldn't stay there. So, mind you, it's me and my children. And I'm like, okay, I'm in Dallas. What am I supposed to do? Well, me and my kids ended up at a homeless shelter. And the first few nights, I bawled my eyes out. I had never been in that situation.
That's kind of cruel. I mean, did it lead up to that, or it was just like a hard no for him when y'all arrived?
Well, when
Did
we
she
got
not
there,
tell
well,
him?
he had well, see, he had all they had been together for years, so we knew who he was. But um, uh, I guess after we got grown and I had already left home long ago. He was just I don't know if she told him because I think he was under the impression that we were just visiting because she ended up saying something about it and he just said no. And so I was like, wow. And so anyway, time went on, um, and I actually got into it with one of the ladies at the shelter, and we ended up having to leave. The only way, and at the time, me and the guy was dating. The only way that we could go back to the shelter is if if we were married. That scared the daylights out of me. But my thought was, I need to get my kids somewhere until you know what I'm saying. I get us an apartment. And that happened. And soon as we got married, it's like a light switch went off and things just went downhill. And I'm talking like downhill to the point to where when when I tried to leave, he asked me, he said, "Do you love me?" I said, "Nope." And he said, "Okay." He said, "You're welcome to leave." I said,
Something led you up to being that cold to him, or it was
well,
just
yeah, it was no, because one day my son, and this is what got me to not want to date anybody that didn't have kids. Um, what happened was one day he asked my son something, and my son is that type of person at that time. He was that type of person that He was a little kid. I think my son was only about 7, 8, and he shuts down. He'll shut down if you ask him a question. Like it depends on what the tone of your voice. And at that time, he would just shut down. He wouldn't say nothing. Well, he got mad because my son wouldn't answer him. So he brought my son to me. He was like, "Make him answer me." I was like, "What did you ask him?" And I don't even remember what the question was, but he said, "If he does not answer me, I'm gonna slap you." And I looked at him. I grabbed my son and I put my son behind me. And I told him, "I promise you, if you hit me, we're gonna have a problem." My son didn't answer him and he slapped me. I said, "Okay, I got it." And but so right after that is when we had the conversation, and he asked me if I loved him, and I told him no. He said, "Well, if you don't love me, you can go ahead and pack your stuff and leave." And I was cool with that. So I got up, I go to pack my stuff, and he I heard him in the kitchen. I heard a plate break. So in our bedroom there were some French doors that led out to outside. So I reached over and I unlocked the door. Then I heard him say, "I should come in there and bust you in your head with this hammer." By the time he made it to that bedroom, I was nowhere to be found. And my dumb ass, I go to my mom for help, and she takes me right back to him. And I was like, "You gotta be shitting me."
Damn, that's some what's love got to do with it type shit. You
So,
remember that scene where Tina tried to escape and the mama had told Ike where
yeah,
she was and shit? I'm like,
yes,
damn, that just
uh-huh,
popped up in my head. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And so, after that
So
happened, I
your mother was like
realized,
in concert with him. She favored him. Like
okay, so,
she wanted you to be with him.
yeah, because see, okay, my mom, Lord
He
rest
had
her
a good
soul,
insurance package on his
me and
job and shit.
her, I don't know, I ain't gonna say out there, but my mom was the type of person where my mom was an abusive person, and
You say abusive,
uh-huh, and so with
like in
her,
like in a physical way or mental.
yeah, all the above.
Okay, yeah.
So me and her, we never gotten along. We didn't.
Mine was
Um,
too, by the way, big time.
yeah.
So that don't
So
be ashamed. That's nothing to be ashamed about.
well, you know what? I used to be ashamed of it, but as I got older, with me, it's like shit. It's what I lived through, and you know what I'm saying. And if somebody else hear it, maybe they'll realize it's not nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody go through something, and so after that, me and her, we didn't talk for a while. Um, what I ended up doing was I ended up getting another apartment. And um, so it was me and my kids. We had our own place. One day, his mom came into town, and he stayed on the other side. His mom came to town, and she had called me, and we were talking about kids. She asked me something about kids, and I told her, "There's no way in hell I would have a child by your son." And she told him what I said, which I didn't care.
You see what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
you was being cold blooded just all the way around, and it's like that it was, I guess that the reason for that was that he was being abusive to you. But
Hmm.
even in those times, sugar, that's when you have to. My grandmama used to call it easing your hands out of the lion's mouth.
You know what? And I tried that, but it was like this. No matter what I did, like for instance, you know how you have it to where, okay, at first, if I would argue with him, it ended up in a physical fight. So then I quit saying anything. I was like, I'm just not gonna say nothing. That still didn't work. So remember the other night when we was talking about our signs, and When I say if you hurt me, I'm done. It ain't shit you could say to me. After that, it's just whatever. That's just how I am. And shit, I was like, shit, it is what it is from here on out. So one day, he tried to, that motherfucker bound me with tape, tied me up, and tried to drown me in the tub. He had got mad. I had got him loose. He got mad because I wouldn't step in the tub. So what he did was he grabbed my daughter and he said, "If you don't step in the tub, I'm gonna dunk her." And I looked at him and something, as I backed up, I stepped in. I did step in the tub, and something said, "Look to your left." And I looked to my left. As many times as I cleaned this bathroom, I had never seen this metal pole in between the tub and the shower curtain. But I waited till he got close enough to me, and I just said, went for it, and beat the hell out of him with the pole.
You
Needless to say,
see,
he's in jail.
this
So
is this is why, and we never think about men. We never think about the the repercussions of some good coochie.
stop it. See,
You
why did
know,
you have to? You took it all the way back there. No, we're not doing
see,
this. We're
I'm
not doing this. Listen,
I'm just saying. See
okay,
that
okay,
he
but
wasn't.
how come it couldn't been because I was actually a good woman to him. I didn't have a problem doing if he needed me to do something,
I'm not
doing it.
saying that. I'm not saying that those were not factors. That ain't what I'm saying. Bear with me here. For
Well, I
my,
I just figured those were the first things you
I'm
would probably go to.
just as they say, what's the word? Just spiffballing here,
Uh
if
huh.
I may, for a
Okay. Well,
second.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and have your moment.
I'm just speaking on a few uh factors.
You throwing
Uh,
it at the wall, see what sticks.
yeah, that things that could possibly be possibilities, perhaps, maybe, that could have this gentleman behaving in these unparticular type ways. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? That it may not be absolutely nothing. You could suck in bed, right? That could be a possibility too. But it could also be a possibility where we know have friends, relatives, loved ones in situations. I'm talking guys in all types of abusive situations, and that's absolutely the reason why they sticking around. You know, and it may be other things that's involved. But in a lot of situations, you would find if you know the history of them and both of them, you will find if you know the truth of what they're not trying to. It's like if you on the end got the inside scoop, yeah, that's the reason why he put up with all of that. That's the reason why he is.
You know,
She she got him in that well,
mm, well, I like to
and the
think that.
fact of somebody else having access to this the way that he has access to it, those are a bit more than fighting words.
Well, his saying was, "I would rather have fear over love because fear lasts longer." And so after he went to jail, I asked him. I said, "Now, do you rather have fear over love?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, you're on your own." And I've never spoken to him ever again.
After he went to jail for that incident,
Yes.
What do you have going on right there,
What you talking about?
ma'am?
Huh?
I say, what do you have going on right there? I heard some. Uh,
Oh, I'm mopping this floor.
oh, okay. Like, okay,
Remember, I
well,
work at night.
I'm gonna tell
But
you. I ain't gonna tell you where my mind was. I
you
guess it's
thought
this.
yeah,
I guess
you
this
thought I was in the shower in the tub, didn't you?
it's Miss Anita
On the
Baker.
bath.
It's Miss Anita Baker in the background playing them games on.
That's what gotta be.
Guys, I gotta head out, man. I'm about to pass out. Y'all follow me back though.
Yeah, I got you, Jax. Appreciate you coming through, brother. Make sure you follow the clubhouse, the gentleman's lounge up top. So when we open up rooms, you'll get those notifications. Pimping. Yeah, like I was saying that y'all that never seems to be. I've never heard a woman openly admit that you know could be a that could have been part of the problem that have them behaving so selfishly.
Yeah, but okay, but that's because we would like to think that maybe there's something deeper. You know what I'm saying? Something really wrong. Which to me, I think that he was also insecure, and like he had said, um, he felt like if he put enough fear in me, I wasn't going anywhere. You know, um, my my kid's father, when he cheated on me, you know what I'm saying? He was like, he said, he let me know. He said, I just got comfortable. I never thought that you would leave me. Shit. Nah.
If I would have said those same words to you, you probably would have took it an entirely different way.
What's that?
If you try to leave me, I'ma fuck you up. See what I mean? See,
Wait a
see
minute, wait a minute. No, it's funny
that
now because
that.
I'm finna tell
Cause
you
that's not
something.
it, but that's not supposed to be funny, period.
It's
But
not.
you
No,
you
it's
got a
not.
good tickle, yeah, and still laughing. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
I
shit.
rest my case.
Okay,
I
but
rest my
listen.
case.
Okay, listen. I remember
Nope,
the reason.
nope,
No,
nope.
listen. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. Don't do that to me. Don't
What you got to say, woman? Cause
listen. Listen.
you ain't
Okay.
you're not consistent with your statements and things.
Why am I not consistent? Why? Because I laugh.
See, and going even out of an abusive type situation, you
Uh huh.
hear and you can understand and feel within the vibrations of my voice that even though I speak those words and I very may much so well mean them,
Mhm.
y- you understand where where the words are coming from, and
Mhm.
with him they wasn't more than likely coming from the same
Right.
energy.
The sign. Yes. So okay. So the reason I laughed is because I remember one time I was working at this store, and this guy from New Orleans, he used to come in the store all the time. And one day he seen me laughing with another customer. That fool said, he told me, man, you got one more time to let me see you kikiing with somebody. He said, I'm gonna hit you in your ear. Boy, I hollered. I laughed so hard. And it was only because I knew he was only joking. Because we never
Yeah,
had anything going on, you know what I'm saying? He was real cool, but we was always cool.
right. So I totally understand. Uh, y'all know the differences of where a man is coming from. That's why Queenie being here quiet. She know not to play with me. She already know.
Oh, shit.
She know I do not play. You know what I'm saying? And you can get it at any time, any place, anywhere with me. It really
It
don't
don't
matter.
matter.
Yeah. All my clubhouse girlfriends know. They know.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, but see, that when guys, cause been, uh, I've never participated in the stalking behavior.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was a pride type thing or it was something that I was taught. It's like, no, we don't sweat no bras. We don't do that, man. We don't,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
don't, and it's like you may have wanted to real, real bad, but you live by certain codes.
Yes. Yeah.
And, you didn't want to be the weak link
Yeah.
in the chain with your crew of guys because my homies was brutal, man.
Mm.
They didn't we didn't let shit slide. All of that whispering and all it's like that still to this day. You don't come
Yeah.
around we don't participate in that whispering and key can. If you try to do some messy shit on a slick nigga blurt right out what you just told them. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah,
Oh
he
my
was like,
goodness.
what y'all over there talking about? Man, that said you in love with a hoe. What's up with that?
Yeah.
You know, you just told him you just told him some shit on the slick.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just saying that's what you. I didn't tell. That ain't what I said. You didn't say it in those words, but basically that's what you were saying. But y'all, that's between y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord. Oh my
I
goodness.
got those kind of homies. You feel me? So
Oh my.
it's not gonna be room for all of that
Yeah.
shaking and jiving like that. You feel me?
I mean, you know what? And I think, like, for instance, like I was telling you, my mom was real abusive. So it was like, I never understood that. I never could understand to disrespect the person I'm with or be abusive to them, to a person like that.
Well, see, you start flirting with danger when you know people are abusive, and then now y'all black women y'all got these sharp mouths, and y'all feel so protected to where y'all don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't occur as much as, guys killing other guys, but guys kill women too. Some of these cats will
Yeah.
snap and take your
Okay.
life because you talking sporty to them. Get
Okay.
the
But
fuck
here.
away from these people on a real animated, whatever you say
Okay.
goes
So.
type attitudes. You feel me? But you
Okay.
don't sit there and just make sharp ass. Do you love me? No. And say, man, that can trigger. That man will
And
trigger
you're
and
right.
snap your fucking neck,
And
man.
and you know what? And you're right. And you're totally right. Um, I guess because it was like I felt like if I lied, then once he found out it was a lie, if I would have said, yeah, I do, it would have been worse. And I don't like that, you know. And maybe I should have just said yeah, and and then snuck away. But I wanted to leave right then. And I didn't think that just maybe, you know, it could have happened.
You
All
know
I'm
how I
asking
knew
is,
my my kid's mother was really ready to get the fuck up away from me. You know how I knew she was serious? Because I was
mhm,
naive as fuck. Like, she just talking. She'll be alright,
mhm,
regular. And eventually she would be for a shorter period amount of time again. And then she sad again. And I knew that,
mhm,
you sad. But I just thought that it was the kids had came along and it was motherhood the whole time. She
mhm,
just wasn't happy being with me, knowing I
mhm,
was messing with other girls, even though I was always like that. But
mhm,
we was moving out to Dallas,
mhm,
and we went up out there to find a place, and we was at one of those hotel home type like things. We was up out there
mhm.
for like 2 weeks, checking out
Yeah.
different houses, apartments, whatever. Cause she had a good offer with a banking job up out there. She was
Uh
in the
huh.
banking, and that's what she was doing at that time. And I had some other opportunities and things out there as well. So we was gonna move up out there. And so after we was out there uh, and found a place, and had then got the keys and everything. So I was staying up out there while she went back to Louisiana to get things together there. And I was, supposed to go back, rejoin with her a few days up out there and helping her get things together or whatever. So uh, she had, once she got to Louisiana, the boys were with her, right? Left the boys with her parents or what have you, and she came back to Texas, right? Almost like popped back up on me, but it wasn't completely like that. It was like, I'm on my way back out there, and was already too far for me to say, what the hell you doing? What this about? She was already almost there, right? And so she had come back to tell me, to look me in my face and tell me I no longer want to be a part of this. I want out of this, and that's how I knew she was serious. Cause
So,
she could have easily done that with a phone call, right?
yeah.
She was already back in Louisiana with her parents,
Mhm.
right? Everything was cool there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what other uh uh you feel me?
Yeah.
What other reason would she have had, but she knew that this how she could get me to take her seriously, knowing the type of person I was.
Mhm.
It could have been done a very nasty way.
So
You,
then
you,
I got to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm good. I'm just saying,
Um.
you understand what I'm saying? It could have
Yeah.
been a very nasty, selfish type of way, but that's
Right.
not what she chose to do. She used that as an opportunity to allow me to understand. I didn't have to come back out here at all.
Mhm.
You
So.
already in a place. You feel what I'm saying? I made sure
Mhm.
that I got to a point to where I knew you would struggle to get to yourself, because I'd never done none of that type of stuff for myself. She had always did that kind of stuff. You feel me?
Mhm. Yeah. So what? Why? What made you not just want to be just faithful to her?
What made me not want to be? I I
Or what
want
made
I
you not
I
be
wanted to
faithful?
be.
Uh huh.
I wanted to be. It just was something that never seemed to make sense to me. It never, like, because I wasn't. investing nothing into these other girls that I was messing around with. I didn't have the same type of feelings that I had for them. It was just sex.
Mhm.
You feel me? Well, no, I'm lying. I'm lying. Cause uh, I may have been like more a bit invested in one or two others, maybe more than what I should have been. Maybe.
Mhm. You say maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's you feel me. It's like
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have I should have been instead of I should have been making I should have been fucking them instead of making love to them. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I got you. Let's see.
So
That's why y'all should always pay attention to that saying. Women hear you, but they pay attention to your actions. So it's normally not what you say, it's what you do. Because you could tell a female all day long, hey, I ain't ready for no relationship. But if your actions say otherwise, that's what they pay attention to.
right, sometimes uh, could y'all be missing the signal? Could
Yes.
we be serious and still now y'all end up um forcing us into these situations that's no good for neither one of us eventually.
Well, it's not that you're forced. It's just like I said. We just tend to pay attention. You know how they say actions speak louder than words. So females
If
can
you
get
don't
the
want to be
attention.
with me, why are you still coming around here? Why in the hell you think? But it's just for the evening, goddamn it. Shit, I ain't say trying to just. That's why in the hell is you asking? That's
Being
not a rational question. But you can't
okay,
expect that.
but
You
wait a
can't
minute. No,
you can't
no, listen.
expect that not to be asked. It's like I'm not gonna even entertain that. You know what? I'm not
But check.
gonna.
Okay, but check this though. Okay, so if you know that you're not willing, you don't want to be in a relationship, but yet you, like you said, instead of fucking them, you was making love to them. If you don't want to be with them and you know it's just a fuck, leave it
So
in
it's
the
my
closet.
fault now because I'm a lover.
No, I didn't say no. That's not what I said. You can't listen. You can't just give
You
them all
can't
the goods like that.
hold on. Wait a
You
minute.
can't.
We finna rectify this here right now. See, you can't take my example
No, what I'm
and
saying,
then therefore use it against me.
I'm not using it against you.
I'm
All
the
I'm
one
simply
that pointed
saying.
out the difference of the two. Now you have somehow incorporated into what your
No,
rebuttal.
what I'm saying is, you can't just put all that on them like that. What you do is, you do exactly what it is you go in there to do. If you go in to fuck, that means you don't spend the night, you don't need no
See,
toothbrush, you get your
that's
ass up and you leave.
that's not that's that's not
Yes,
how
you got yes. That's the way it's supposed to go. You don't
that
spend the
that's
night.
that that's the way
You don't.
that's the way it's
You
supposed to
don't.
go. But you forgetting about
You
the
don't
spiritual
spend
factor,
the.
sugar. You forgetting about the
Okay.
spiritual factor of things. If I'm sent
Okay.
to
Dipping your.
if we are sent to one another, you know what I'm saying, for some level of sexual healing, and it could be uh, more than sexual healing, but that's definitely like it's that's the chemistry is overwhelmingly like saying that that's one of the reasons why we have encountered one another. Then that is something spiritually that's more powerful than either one of us. You know what I'm saying? We, how we are able to weather the waters and maintain it from that time, you know, is going to be choices all of our own. But, I believe, spiritually, it's like, yeah, we were sent to heal each other in a lot of cases. And maybe it was just for that one occasion. Maybe it's, for maybe for a scene or two, a certain time of your life, you and this person, you know, learn from each other and, the good and bad ways at that particular time, and then it's run its course, however it may play out. But that has to be um, in the discussion as to, it's not all the time a calculated type thing, and chemistry is very real. You feel me? Like
I
like I
will.
said,
Okay, I will agree.
the
I
way that
will agree.
yeah, the way that you receive and encounter one another the chemistry really starts there.
But
It's-
like I said yesterday, what I tell you, hey, sometimes when you invite us to the party, that don't mean to attend. Sometimes you have to know when to say, okay, I think this gonna go in a whole different direction than what I really wanted to go.
and you 100% correct, and that's also that could be the end of it, or
Mhm.
it can be an extended part of it. It depend on, uh if it's a lady that, with even without her knowing, or maybe with her knowing, but she likes persistence.
Mhm.
You feel me? So um you coming at her with the same, you coming at her every time, you know what I'm saying, that she in your presence,
Mhm.
but it's in a charming type way where it's not overbearing or disrespectful in any type of way, but she see that her rejecting you, it's not affecting your confidence, so she might admire that on some level,
Mhm.
whereas um the other young lady, she may become, immediately irritated. You feel me?
Got you. Got you.
It's up to the gentleman to weather those waters. To it's it's like to be able to read before that eruption come, and you get told off bluntly and disrespectfully and be insulted. Look, man, I don't give a fuck with such. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's you don't supposed to let it come to that point to where um, a lady wants to respond to you in that manner, even though some of y'all just mean by fucking nature and do shit like that all the time. But
You know what? I'm
I'm
not even
a
gonna respond to that part of it.
I'm a
I'm not even gonna
ghetto nigga.
respond
That
to that
shit that don't bother me. I'm a tell you, you need to
because you keep
straighten your
saying.
face up. You should be shit smiling. If I'm,
I guess
boy,
I
you
just tend
need
to
to
laugh
you
about
need to get up away
everything.
from my car. That's all. I'm just saying. You need to choose to smile instead of, you feel what I'm saying? The hell you
Yeah.
round this bitch with your face all bowed up for? You a
Yeah.
fine ass, beautiful black sister, and then I might get a smile out of her because, you feel me? I'm just yo impoliteness. That shit don't. My skin is thick. That shit don't bother me.
Mhm.
I understand why you might be being a little standoffish, but I ain't did shit to you, but spoke. You could at least, polite thing to do is shit, speak
Speak
back.
back. Yep.
You know.
Oh shit. Well, I'm finna tell you now. You can either keep talking or you can play some music. I gotta turn on this vacuum real quick for a minute.
I'm a groove out to me some Anita for a second while I regroup
Okay.
my coffee and try to finish getting these files uploaded.
All right. Okay.
So
And
I'll
I'll
be
be
here
back
for a
in a
minute.
minute. All
All
right.
right, sweet. Get that money.
Delmain,
Yes.
quick question.
Hmm.
How did you come to appreciate such good music? What?
Shit. Uh. Oh man, I have no simple way of answering that one. It goes beyond my memory as far as what I've been told by my mother and family members. Uh,
Yeah,
and I could see that even in my own babies that sometimes it's just in you.
yeah, that's true. Cause I know my kids when they were little, every day they had the same routine. Every day when they wake up, they had to watch the Temptations. Before it was time for them to take a nap, they had to watch it again. Before bedtime at night, they had to watch it again. And they would be in front of the TV, trying to do the dance moves. And I was just like, what do they know about the Temptations? But all they knew was that they liked the Temptations, you know. And to this day now, my kids listen to a very wide range of music, just as I do.
Yeah, and probably passed down to you. Um, you know, probably passed down to you in that same manner.
Probably so, because I know when we lived in Germany, um, that was one of my favorite songs I used to hear all the time. And I used to always try to figure out who sung that song. Remember that song, Cutie Pie?
You're the reason
Reason
why.
why, yes. Yes.
Love so
It
yeah.
was always that
That's my
song.
shit.
Yes. And I used to listen to it all the time when we lived in Germany. And oh yeah. To this day I love that song.
Yeah, as far as back I can remember, I've always I can do without a lot of other things, but music is not one of them. You can
Yeah.
definitely drive me insane with no music. I got to have it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
There could be days that go by in my home and a TV never comes on and I don't even recognize it. But music,
Oh yeah.
I gotta have it.
Oh yeah. And I hear the pimp music in the back.
Kinda sad, kinda mad. You don't know nothing.
Hey. That reminds me of what's that song? The one that says "Diamond in the back, sunroof tops, begin to sing with the gangster lean." You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's Diamond in the Back. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Curtis Mayfield, the one and only.
Man, I love that song.
While I was just a nothing child, why couldn't they just let me be, let me be, let me be, let me be? I got a Jones running through my bones.
Hey,
I'm sorry, son.
All your money's gone.
Painful rip in my upper hip.
What does that make you want to put on your bell bottoms?
Yeah, it made me want to put on bell bottoms.
Well, you can do just that in PTR. In fact, now I'm gonna send you the email address in case you get exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Don't believe you stop your kids.
And all my life has been this way. Can't reason with the question, man. Finances all that we understand. You junkie mama crash, you know.
Well, they was cold.
Would rip her, but I love her so. Love her so.
Like they say, everything is all that is revolving. All those styles continue to to go out of fashion and come back in fashion 10 years later.
Almost definitely. And the only difference be sometimes is the new generation just put their own little spin on it.
Got a Jones running through my bones. So what you do the 11 to 7?
No, I do midnight to 8:30 in the morning. Well, let's say 10 at night to 8:30 in the morning.
Right on. I guess are you usually up around these hours?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of designed it that way. That's the shift that you purposely chose.
Well, I've always worked nights, no matter where I worked at. Always. So my body has never, like when I tried to work mornings, my body don't cooperate right. Ouch.
Well, I guess it's always good to know yourself.
Oh yeah. Cause I know me. Me in mornings, we don't communicate very well. That's on now. If I can go to bed at a decent hour, then okay. But no, that's not gonna happen. I'm your pusher.
I'm your pusher, baby. Solid life of crime. A man of odd circumstance. A victim of ghetto demands. Feed me money for style. And I'll let you trip for a while. Insecure from the past. How long can a good thing last? To be mellow, y'all. Gotta get mellow now. Push a man, get mellow, y'all.
boondocks, please, for a generous fee. Make your world what you want it to be. Got a woman I love desperately. Wanna give her something better than me. Been told I can't be nothing else. Just a hustler in spite of myself. I know I can breathe it. This life just don't make it. Lord, Lord, yeah. You're pushing me.
When you push a man, and look at what I've been reduced to. I ain't pushing shit these days, but some goddamn buttons on some computers. Look at my life.
Hey, sometimes that's for the better.
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, make a joyous journey out of the newfound career of sitting like a bitch behind a desk all day. But hey,
So why the person sits behind the desk gotta, you know what I'm saying, gotta be a bitch though? That's,
I wasn't saying like a bitch, like in the sense of
like weak or something.
yeah, like a female
Okay,
job. No, like I
gotcha.
was saying it like, like a bitch job. You feel what I'm saying? Like, something that, you have to be sitting in a comfortable climate and
Yeah,
not really something labor related, physical labor related,
I got you.
which my lazy ass avoids that shit at at all turns, not because I won't get down and dirty. It's just a matter of choice. I've been trying to figure out a way how to get out of labor since shit I was working working on the farm as a young boy.
Yeah,
It's like, hell no, I'm not gonna make my living this way out here in these damn gardens with hoes and sling blades and plows and all of this shit.
yeah. You know what? I used to want to be a mechanic when I was little.
Yeah, where did that influence come from, you think?
It was always because I had this idea of I was a tomboy back then too, and I wanted to. I don't know. I just felt like a job that I can come home from. Like if I get dirty, I don't know. It was just that's what I wanted.
And what
And shit, wasn't nobody around me, no mechanic.
what changed that ultimately what
Oh,
like
it went.
why were you redirected in a different direction?
Uh, just over the years, I was like, no, maybe not. And then I wanted to do something like in law enforcement, in which I actually went to school for a probation officer. But
Change your mind again.
I didn't actually change my mind. Uh, it's just after while I was going to school for it, I ended up having to withdraw from school because my mom got real sick, and so she came to live with me, and I was taking care of her because she was having like so many seizures and stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, those unexpected sacrifices. I never dreamed I would have to end up, looking after my brother in his last days with us.
Yeah,
And I know that wasn't definitely wasn't his choice. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, we had to make it work.
That's true. And my auntie and them always tell me, uh, the way my mom had treated me. How is it that no matter when she called, I'd always come? You know what I'm saying? And it ended up, I guess they say, the one that the mom treats the worst is the one she ends up running back to, only because she knows that that's the person that's gonna do right by her. And I think that's what that was.
Yeah, was that like something that you discovered later on, or it was pretty, you know, were you able to know that at a young age? Because I used to be surprised at some of the things like uh, my younger cousins, what I'm saying, would tell me about, my cousins, like, their mothers and fathers, and you would never know that at that age that they would be able, they would so vividly know these kinds of things.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was basically even when, okay, put it like this, mind you, I had left. I was gone from home for a while, for a long time. So at the age of 18, I found myself. I went to look for her, and I went to look for her just to I don't know. I guess it was just to check on her, make sure she was okay, but because she was a heavy drug addict. And so I didn't know whether, she was alive or what. But yeah, I've been knowing, like, she didn't think we knew about her drug habit, but we did. We just never really said nothing about it, you know. So I think I knew early on that eventually one day it was gonna come to this, and it did. So
Yeah, well, that's a heavy on taking.
oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry you had to deal with that.
I mean, it's I don't know. Me and my sister, we I guess you could say, just kind of, it was like no matter what, because my sister had to convince me though that hey, this is mom, even though she did what she did, we still got to be there for her. Because for a long time I was like, man, forget that, I ain't finna do that, you know after a while. But then I found myself always, every time something happened and she called, I found myself, you know rushing to her, trying to see what was going on. So I think the majority of the time when I say I wasn't gonna do it, it was only out of anger because I was so mad at her. Because I ended up doing it anyway.
How many other siblings do y'all have?
It's me, my sister, and then we got a brother.
Yeah, he's older or younger.
He's young. He's in the middle. I'm the oldest, and then my sister's the youngest.
Okay, yeah, I got four other siblings. Well, one deceased, the one that was like right older than me. That was
Yeah.
between me and my sister,
Oh,
Curtis,
okay.
and we lost him. Um, it's really still kind of fresh, like a little over a year or so ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm good with it though. Had his cancer hadn't got pretty bad, and didn't like enjoy seeing him suffer the way that he was.
Yeah.
So
I think sometimes that's the hardest part is to watch them and there's nothing you're able to do about it. Uh, my dad, well, okay, so my biological father, uh, I can't really tell you nothing about that man, but the man who raised me, which was my sister and my brother's dad, um, he passed away. I believe it was in 2013, and I was actually at school at the time, and I had got the call. They said, my sister said, they're giving dad 5 days. And I was like, I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking 5 days in the hospital. So that's what I said. I said, what, 5 days in the hospital, then he get to go home? She said, no, 5 days to live. And I was like, what? So I walked into the classroom and I told my professor, I was like, I gotta go. And he understood. So shit, I left, went home. We drove, me and my sister, we drove from where we're at now to Midland, Texas, where my dad was. And sure enough, he lasted 5 days.
wow, just 5 days,
Just 5 days. Because what
man.
happened was, so he kept going to the VA and he kept telling him that something was wrong. He said he kept saying that his stomach hurt real bad. And they kept saying wasn't nothing, they couldn't find nothing wrong with him. Well, he kept telling, he said something's not right because the only time he could get comfortable was if he laid on the floor and he laid on his stomach. Come to find out, he had stage 4 cancer, stomach cancer. So, but by the time, of course, they found out what it actually was, it was too late.
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
that fucking cancer, man. I tell you,
telling you.
that's another reason why I'm so skeptical when it comes to this vaccine type shit because I'm like, y'all sure they come up with a remedy for that shit real quick
Real quick.
when it was sinking your economy, but still,
Yeah.
I just got a brother that passed from this other shit that y'all been searching for a cure for forever. But rich people are able to survive cancer,
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah.
all different kinds of ways. While we just have to watch our loved ones, you know,
Pass on.
yeah, because we
And,
can't come up with a $500,000 to get it cut out
yeah.
of them.
Uh-huh.
It's
And
totally
then
not fair.
it's like I'm like you on that vaccine. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's funny that the people who are taking the vaccine, they sure get sick quick. And to me, that vaccine is just like the flu vaccine. You get the flu shot, it gives you the flu so your body can get rid of it quickly. Well, that would be the same thing that the COVID vaccine do. And I'm like you, they came up with the remedy too quick. They didn't even
Too
have enough
damn quick.
information. Yeah, they didn't even have enough information on it, you know. But you want people to take it. But
And
remember when it
and be
first
and be
came out,
trustful, and be be
yeah,
be be trustful about it. You know what I'm
yeah, they don't
saying?
know. Oh, they don't want
Like
you to have no
this is
credit.
fine. It's fine. Look at me.
Well,
I'm the president, and I'm getting it. And like,
well,
there's
see, that's
gonna
what you
be
don't
any
understand.
guarantee that you gonna get the same shit that you. I
Right.
mean, the
Yeah.
military people, we are at peace with the fact of knowing that we don't get the best of everything. We don't get what the military people get. They get the best of every damn thing. You know what I'm
And then,
saying?
yeah, and then you got to think of it like this too. Remember when this shit first came about? What was it for one of the first things they said? The world was overpopulated. Then this hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was on that overpopulation shit prior to this, wasn't they? For
Yeah.
it
Uh
kind of
huh.
heavy for a minute too.
Yeah, and then see what it was is that when they came out with it, they was hoping that wasn't nobody gonna question. They wasn't expecting people to start questioning what was going on.
Hey, shit, shit. Yeah, I need to go and get my coffee refreshed.
Then how do you drink your coffee?
Black most of the time, but if I put any sugar in it, just enough to where it's still, I like it kind of bittersweet.
Oh, I can't do no black coffee. Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's when you done had to lay down and do a little time, you feel me? You come accustomed to it
I understand. Yeah.
and appreciative of what it does.
So I got a question.
Yes,
Uh,
man.
how long did you do it? If you don't mind me asking.
The last time, recently, it was just over a year. It was
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was probation violation.
Violation.
Uh,
Wait, okay, so was the probation violation like not non-visiting or missing your visits or what?
no, I hadn't done all my classes. I had done good time on the parole,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
then I was placed on probation. And one of the conditions on my probation was to do these classes,
Uh-huh.
and I never showed up to do the classes. Which if I would have just had
Why?
paid for them, I was out of doing what I wanted to do all over the
Being
damn
hard
country,
head.
traveling, doing other shit, just and had see what I didn't know is that had I just paid for the classes, they probably wouldn't have never fucked with me, or if had I
Yeah.
just paid for them. But
Because all they want is money anyway.
that, for the most part, yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
that's but so yeah, that's what uh that one was for.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's never been, I've never had to go for like, I mean, fortunately, never no long extended stays.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Well,
the
that's good.
so it's for me just mostly stuff that um just let piled up,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
ignored, and next thing you know, you get jammed up, and they got all types of shit piled up, including something that got some mandatory time attached to it.
Right, right. So,
So
like now, you're not on paper or nothing like that, huh?
no, no, I'm
Oh, that's
straight
what's
now.
up.
It's
That's what's up.
yeah. I be talking shit loud and all in front of police and everything now. You know what
Cause
I'm
you know it ain't
saying?
shit they could do to you.
And not a goddamn thing. Get the
Yeah.
get the fuck on.
And one of the other things is, hey, they sure hate it when you know when you know your laws.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you earlier because whenever that occurs, when I hear sisters that like talk real cocky and swift like that, it reminds me of Sister Sandra Bland and what happened to her.
Oh, yes, yes,
If you just really able to, you can clearly see, especially if it was one of these prejudiced white boys, and how she was handling him and talking to him crazy, and she knew the law up and down, and that
yeah.
machine gun mouth was just killing him. How sharp she was and well spoken, and she was just, you know, yeah, it's that all of that's cool to be, on top of your shit, but as soon as he got her ass off him in front of those cameras, my theory is he killed her. He snapped.
Oh, most definitely,
Black
most
bitch, shut
definitely.
the fuck up. You know what I'm
And
saying?
see, and the fucked up thing is I think what it is when they know they really don't have reasonable cause to fuck with you, and you let them know it, it burns them up because they think you're not supposed to know all this shit anyway. But I mean, I do agree. Sometimes we have to bite our tongue, you know. Not that we want to, but if it stems from dying or going home, I do want to go home. But goddamn,
Yeah, man, because sometimes you can make the situation worse. You know, it's out of your passion because the sisters, y'all know that the police ain't there for y'all. So what the fuck you gonna
yeah,
do for me? It was
yeah,
one lady friend that I deal with. The police was glad to see me pull up one day because she was out there going bad on him. It was like 3 squad cars and like 7 of them. She
uh,
was out there going ape on them. I wish one of you bitches would put your motherfucking hands because she knew she didn't have no warrants.
yeah.
You know, she didn't, it wasn't nothing that they could do, and she could talk her shit, and man, they picked the right one that day. And when I pulled up in that parking lot and she saw me and jumped into her little girl mode and ran over there where I was, hey baby, well, you should have seen the relief of look on their face.
Damn.
Like, like man, you know, cause of course they had and ran her shit. She hadn't got out her truck and had her little crew. They was still sitting in the truck.
Yeah.
And when I got out the car, the last what I was handing, but now one of you motherfuckers better not roll my fucking windows down either. I don't give a fuck what they ask you for. You ain't got to get them shit. She was just out there, you know, going up,
Yeah.
and but she was on top of her shit. You feel me? And
Yeah.
you know, but given another place and time in a dark place somewhere and ain't no
Yeah.
cameras on, or you know, you have to
Yep.
be, you feel me?
Cause you best
Don't poke the
believe.
panda at the don't poke the panda at the zoo. You know?
Yeah. Cause I mean, you best believe. Once it's in the dark area and ain't no cameras on, they could say you tried to do anything, tried to take their weapon, you charged at them, in order to justify them taking your life.
Because at that point they just, you know, they just looking for a reason, any
Oh
reason
yeah.
at that point.
Oh yeah. Yes, they are.
More and more you feel until you grow another need. Playing fantasy, you have left reality. I'm so glad I got my own, so glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I got my own, so glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. Sit down and take a listen.
Cheater. And that's how a lot of, like I said, personally speaking, I'm not speaking for all the women who are watching, or men, but I know relationships end for other reasons, but a lot of my friends have been cheated on, and it's almost like your hand is forced to either then accept it or move on. And to be honest with you, I am not gonna sit here and act like I'm okay with putting my integrity, my self-respect on the line to be married.
This is what I think my show has done such a good idea. That has been the prevailing trope for the long. It has been, but you have 54% of black men who are single and childless. 16%, 30% of black men are married. So 84% of black men are responsible for 20% of children. 16% of black men, the remainder is responsible for the 80%. when women talk about men who are cheating on them, women are choosing to date and mate with the top 20% of men. Now, I can't complain because I'm in that group. But the way women speak about men is that this 20% or smaller is the entire group of men, when you're not giving any of these other guys a second look. How is it that men who have children with one woman end up having children with two, and you got 54% of men over here single and childless and 61% in the middle class? It's not the men who don't want relationships or marriage. It's women want relationships with a small group of men. And there's a case that can be made that women are trying to force demand onto a marketplace where guys are saying, why do I need to get married when I can have you? You can say what you want to about cheating, whatever. There'll be another one tomorrow. This is the demand this is the, go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Well, but how does this end for women though? When you end up, it sounds good to say bye-bye, but when you end up, when you push demand to the tippy top,
okay,
you end up having a generation of unmarried, unattached women to now women are starting to, single mothers. There was a story about 3 single mothers marrying each other.
Sorry.
Moving into a home and raising the kids together. And
I guess.
This is happening in Korea, Japan. Here's the net. We don't push relationship. We push, especially in the Black community, we push business and entrepreneurialism and degrees and careers to our women in their prime years. When you ask the average Black woman, hey, about getting married at 24, like, I'm too young for marriage. Like, really? No. So by the time it starts getting real, it's like, well, you're older, you're more experienced, you make more money, and naturally it's like, well, the men you want men to have at least stuff on your level. And if we don't start being honest and talking about, many of our women say they want marriage, or want marriage and kids and family, but they don't move like that with the majority of men. They don't move like, and Black men are any. So it's not like in this case, Black women are marrying any group of men. There's just so many Black women are just single.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the world doesn't work that way. You can't be a single woman with a child. And unless you're in the top 10% of all earning women, that's just a formula that doesn't work.
But wasn't your mom a single mom? And she never married, correct?
It's also a much different time. My mother grew up in a time where Social Security is in effect.
Okay.
The median, if you just look at the numbers, and my mom did get married at 50, matter of fact.
I know, but that also should give women hope too. She got married at 50.
But she was raised, but see, my mother was also raised and taught how to be a wife. They just rebelled. And they will tell you that they looked at their mother's generation as they were foolish. And, we can get into that subject, but many women will tell you, if they're being honest, that they knew right from wrong. They knew what they should have done. And many of them passed over suitable men. And why I'm so much on this buy a dog and die alone thing is because I see it happening.
Right.
Because number one, wages have been flat since the 70s. Wages have been flat since the 70s. So the money has increasingly gone to the top. So when my mother was coming along, my grandfather was coming along, you could actually provide for a family differently then. Today, you cannot do it on one income. You just can't. So that's one single person. And then when you start factoring in children, it becomes even more dire. That's why I always continually push the numbers, asking women like, okay, then what are you going to do? If you're not going to be in a relationship or marriage and you're not going to take a slow, methodical approach to life, what are you going to do? And I think a lot of times women hear stuff like you saying, and they say, see, it's possible. But not for the average woman. You have to be a top 10% earner to have the kind of freedom you're talking about. Now, I think So, with that standpoint, do you think? Well, what do you think about that right there?
I think that's fair. I think the only reason that I've been able to keep everything afloat is because I do make more than the average woman, and that's just the reality of the situation. So I think if I, did work at Target or wherever, we would be struggling. It would be really hard, and I think there are a lot of things to consider. I think even you just saying, realistically, how much money do you make? Realistically, what are you trying to do? What is your end goal? I get your perspective. I totally do. And I'm not here to just sell hope. I'm not here to sell dreams. But I am here to say that you should live in your truth. And if you are not wanting, again, to sign up for, whatever plan however you run your household, then you are going to have to work harder. And then, like you're saying, in working harder, you may not see the importance of marriage. So then, to fast forward 8-10 years, then you're, again, with the dog alone. That is a very real possibility. But also the other reality is that even though your mom was raised to be a wife, whatever that entails, she still made it happen. At 50 years old, she still got married.
You're conflating things. See?
How?
And women, because one, my mother could have chosen to be married a lot of different ways. She kept choosing men because she didn't want to. She chose not to be. It's not as though she didn't have a choice. And my mother would also tell you that her life has been exponentially. My mother's life post-marriage was marked. I wish I could have had the life my mother had after marriage than we did growing up. It was hard. Being a single mother, being a single woman is hard. Yeah. Women are breaking. You on TikTok, it's Saturday night, and women everywhere. There's so many sad TikToks being made right now. Yeah. And you're not meant to be by yourself. You're the social of the group. And I'm sorry, when left to ourselves, even the most egalitarian society, the Netherlands, men sort themselves into the technical professions, infrastructure. Women sort themselves into teaching, the highest paid profession, nursing. Mm-hmm. But women simply do not make enough money in the main to be single. You're either going to learn how to get along with a man or you're going to live with Brenda. You cannot do it on one income. So, and I think and I think we've gotten to a place to where our truth or this or that is like, when men hear women say this, like, goddamn, why are men so bad? It's like you'd rather struggle and live in your truth with a woman and a cat or a dog? Because the average woman talks about men and relationships in negative terms.
Well, I'm not jaded. I still very much believe in love.
Do you think that, would you think that's precise?
What do you mean when you ask me that? Precise about what?
When you hear most women speaking about relationships, are they speaking in hopeful terms or is it in?
It's usually Debbie Downers. I feel like I'm probably one of the few women that I know that I'm not jaded. I go into every situation like this could be it. Like, I'm not gonna give up just because it didn't work. That might just not been my guy. But I just feel like you have to be willing to put your heart on the chopping block if you want that. You can't say, oh, everyone's bad, everyone's gonna hurt me, I can't trust anyone.
So how would you say you got to the point to where you were man-hated?
Because I wasn't holding myself accountable for my own bullshit. That's why. And it's easy to point the finger and be like, you're the reason, this is that. And I can really look back and be like, there was nothing about my behavior that even would send a flag like, hey, I actually want to be taken seriously. I think I was like, be a mind reader. I'm gonna text you and talk to you every day. Maybe he'll figure it out and maybe he'll take me seriously. It was there was no intention. And it took like I said, it's a difficult road. Like, honestly, I'm 29, I had my first baby at 29. I would not recommend being a fucking single mom. Like, this shit is not for the faint at heart. And honestly, my situation is even beautiful because I have help. Mm-hmm. My mom, anytime I got, like here, my mom is watching my baby.
Right.
Not a lot of women have help.
I'm listening. I posted something on Instagram today.
I saw it. It was talking about.
Yeah, I
Should we say when is the wedding and
right.
all that shit?
This should not be an insult. When a woman says, "I'm expecting," say, "Congratulations, I didn't know you got married," or "Congratulations on the wedding." There's so many women who are just losing their mind, and I'm like, that's not supposed to be an insult. That's an inappropriate question. What world are we living in?
Yeah.
Because the world we seem to live in is women who echo a lot of things I've heard you say today. I gotta get mine, I gotta protect me, I gotta protect my kid, I gotta live in my truth. And that is self above everything else. Where does that leave a community, a nation, anything?
Well, I think my perspective on that is a man is more than just what he can bring to the table.
Right.
And from my security prince to you to my child's father, a lot of men feel like if I wasn't in this position, you would think I'm worthless. And that is really a sad reality that a lot of guys, when you were talking on Vlad's interview, Vlad was the computer guy no one gave a shit about, but when he became DJ Vlad, everybody cared. I think the only way that we could really start to trust each other, well, not the only, one of the ways I feel like we could start to trust each other is when we're not looking out at a man as a cash out option. We're not looking at him as, oh, if I get with him, I don't have to work. And that's just my perspective, and maybe that's...
But how do we get there if we keep pushing hot girl summer, buying... It's not... Men are told every day, you're a sex object or a utility.
And that's sad.
But that's... Okay, but who's telling men this? Men aren't telling themselves this. So this is where I think it comes down to one thing about my show, my program. It has forced women to do something that they've resisted for the longest, to look at what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Shahrazad Ali tried to get this done in the late 80s, early 90s, because we are not meant to be separated. And most of the women who watch these programs are not in the position of the people they watch. They're just not. They're not in the position of the influencers or the musicians, the entertainers, such and so forth. I'm like, you got a social studies degree. It's amazing. I hear women who are truck drivers, bus drivers, teachers, all want to be married to these guys who are living this life. And I'm like, where did this come from? And it's ultimately, I gotta be happy. I gotta be happy. Well, I think that women are going to have to ask themselves, is happiness a man, or is happiness you living your truth, or is happiness actually outside of self? Because we become so self-consumed to where men are to the point like, well, even if you want to get married, where are the wives? That's what a lot of guys, that's kind of why I even got started talking, because a lot of guys are like, okay, where are the women who want to get married? Where are the women who want to build forward? And most women are not looking for average run-of-the-mill guys. They're looking for an extraordinary lifestyle. So probably something different than everybody expected. They probably expected me to sit here and tear you apart.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to ask my dress size.
Why? Why do people automatically think that I'm just going to rip folks apart when I give energy back?
I can agree with that. I feel like anytime I've watched your IG lives and women come, or men, whoever, come to you with fucked up energy, you just return the favor. And I wouldn't say it's fucked up, but I would say, their narrative about me. And I mean, just in recent interviews, I feel like they're like, this is the type of girl you are. What you're telling me is not the truth. And that's kind of that. I still think you're a finesser. I still think you're this. And it's just like, but I'm telling you the truth. Like, I have nothing else to give. It's just,
You have to stand alone unless you figure out how you're going to cooperate with a man. That's really what it comes down to. Do you not see that?
I would love to cooperate with a man. But the reality is, a lot of times when a man gets you, in my experience, just the men, I'm not saying this represents all men. I don't think all men are bad. Like, please don't crucify me. Please. I just feel like, again, me. I feel like I have to water myself down, and it doesn't feel natural. I have no problem.
All right. See, this is this is where I think. See,
What?
all right,
What?
does this have to work? And okay, honestly, I think I hear what you're saying. Do you have to water yourself down? No, I will agree with it. You're more of I don't want to say free spirit. You are more rebellious. That's fine, but it's going to take, like you said, somebody who's going to say, "All right, that's just her. She just wants to stand on the bar and twerk. That's cool."
Yeah, it's exactly what I want to
And,
do.
I know.
For as long as, we're at the club. I'm not going to be in the club till I'm 60.
And then go home. And the other doesn't. Okay. What has romance gotten us? I was talking on my stream last night. Babyface, as soon as I get home from work, that sounds good. I'll pay your rent, I'll buy your clothes, I'll cook your dinner too as soon as I get home from work. I'll take care of your kids, I'll braid your hair, I'll run your
Yeah, all that old fake ass shit.
I'm tired. 52 years old, I'm not gonna
Why
Yeah,
it
blow
gotta be fake?
your back out. I'm trying not to put my
nobody
hands
wanna hear
on
all,
the fuck you.
nobody wanna hear all that shit.
Why it gotta be fake?
Fuck what I mean.
Why it gotta be fake?
Cause it look where we are now. Look where Deion Sanders got his bitch. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, excuse my language, cause that's his wife now. And I got respect for Deion. I fuck with Deion. But yeah, Tracy Edmonds with her pretty self, she down there playing Miss Mississippi Delta now, because when you pretty like that, you can just move on to the next high powered rich man. And all the Babyface sung all them songs, and he created on his behalf. And none of that shit worked.
I got a question. So, what do you think dating should look like?
What dating should look like?
Yes.
When I mean, I don't really know your background, so I can't say. But it's like, when have we ever, dated? Like in the projects, you really didn't date. You feel what I'm saying? You saw one you liked and you stepped to her and say, "Look here, we go together. I see you talking to somebody else, then I'm gonna beat you up." You feel me? See, the cavemen had something going on with their concept that they people fucked it up because they ain't that masculine, and they couldn't pull that off to just go and grab a bitch and just look here, come here and give me what I want, whatever. Everybody couldn't get with the program because everybody ain't got no spine, no backbone like that, so they had to embrace laws and things, you know. So the more kinder, soft spoken men can kind of, But what it has done is, see, now when I see something is, it's like yourself that go by me, I can't go off instinct and just reach out and grab you the way that I used to 15 years ago when I was just this young, untamable gorilla out of the projects. Is like, you got in my arm reach, and well, hey, come here. I find out the words that I want to speak to you in a minute, but right now you need to stay right here so I can get my words together until I can say what I want to say to you. But my
So I
first,
gotta stand there while you get your. So I gotta stand there while you get your words together.
yeah, cause I ain't got them together right now, so I had to grab you so you wouldn't keep walking.
And,
And
and
that's all that
therefore,
meant. That wasn't meant that I was finna try to take nothing from you or nothing. But
right, right.
if you do that now, she can go around the corner and you'll catch a whole charge because she say that you grabbed her when she
You
walked
right.
past.
You right. You
And
totally
that
right.
that takes all the fight out of a ghetto cat like me,
I
which
got
is,
you.
I think,
I
was
got you.
part of their plan to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they know they women would definitely find that sexy and masculine, that you just reach out and just grab one.
Yeah.
you know.
And
But
you,
off of instinct, I can still find myself in those situations because it's just natural instinct for me. Hey, good girl, come here.
yeah.
Sir, you don't you know you can get in trouble. You're not supposed to grab people like, and I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I know I can get in major trouble, especially these days, but I just couldn't help it. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
You
so wait a
looking
minute.
good
So
and smelling good and shit. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
so we got to take a couple of steps back, cause I'm still stuck on the grab and the stand there while you get your words together. Is that because if she keep on walking, somebody else might end up got their words together and gonna speak, and while you steady trying to get yours together?
I ain't got nothing to do with what happened beyond the threshold. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you have entered the threshold. You know, because you and see my arms long. You can be standing on the sidewalk and I'm on the grass up against the fence, and I still reach out, and you be looking like, how in the hell he got his long ass over here that quick?
Okay,
You
so
know,
what if it's the okay? So what if it's the other way around? And say for instance, okay, a female is standing out there with her homegirl. She see you walk by and she reach out and grab you. Is that okay with you?
I would be understanding to it, which that happens. If it's somebody that y'all want bad enough and y'all don't feel like that they getting y'all attention, y'all not above pinching niggas and kicking niggas in the back of their legs and all of this different, especially in a
Uh,
crowded ass place.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
You
I've
say you not?
never. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could sit here and talk to you all day on here, right? And all of a sudden, if me and you are face to face, a part of me gets real shy. And I don't know
Okay.
why, but I've always been that way. And for me to go up to somebody and talk to somebody, if I saw you and I like what I saw and I want to get to know you, I'm just going, I'll just look at you. I'm not going to say nothing to you. I refuse to. I am not going to come up to you and say nothing. I don't know
Well,
why, but
I mean, you may have that type of you know, you may have those type of powers that's all that you have to do, you know. But I mean, say it's a circumstance where y'all like in a dog club or lounge bar or whatever, and he not ignoring you.
uh huh,
He just hadn't saw you, but you saw him,
uh huh,
right? And no matter what you do, you can't seem to get in his eye vision, right?
uh
So,
huh.
uh, you might have to turn up the heat a little bit to, you know what I'm saying? And forbid that you you do get in his eye vision, right? But his eyes is occupied somewhere else, and it's like, you know, some of y'all, you just can't have that. You know, you basically
Hmm.
gonna kick a motherfucker and give him that look like, the fuck is wrong with you? I know you see me checking you out, nigga.
See, I can't do it. I cannot.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
know why.
you probably, you know, I never had to. You've always
You
been
know,
able to, you've always been able to trap your victim without having to get violent in no type of way. But for some reason or another, hell, I might as well wear a whole outfit that say punch me and beat me up because I strangely attract these type of violent ass fucking women. And the whole time people be looking at me like my little scrawny ass. Some of these women 3 times my damn size, but y'all still looking at me like I'm the aggressor. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
you know. But I'm holding an ice pack on my jaw. You feel me? What you did to her?
You
Why I have to have did something to her? You know what I'm saying?
right? Yeah. You
Some
know
people
what?
are just violent.
It's
That's how
funny.
they that's how they handle their disputes.
Yeah, because I mean that part of it now. Okay, I used to be violent, but
No,
not.
see.
Hold on, wait. Not in the sense where like what we're talking about now, like to get somebody's attention. Um. Uh. So I used to fight all the time, and it wasn't necessarily I was fighting dudes. I would always be if I'm dating somebody, I'm not gonna do them like that. But except for this one dude, and I got mad at him only because now we was in high school. And he had asked me. He said he didn't have no lunch money, and at the time I was going to school and I was working, and so I told him I said all right, and so I gave him lunch money. Well, he said he was gonna pay it back. I said that's cool. Now, mind you, by this time, like we weren't actually seeing each other no more, and so after school one day I seen him with his girl, and what I told him I said, say man. I said, I don't care if you got to get it from her, but I ain't give my money. And so he, he kind of looked at me. He looked at her, and I didn't have no beef with her, you know. And he went to walk away, and all I did was I grabbed his arm and I turned him around. And I guess when I turned him around, see, he went down to the ground, and I'm looking at him like, dude, come on. The principal came over there, looked at me, and said, "Are you all right?" I looked at him. I said, "He the one on the ground." I was like, "Are you serious? You gonna ask me if I'm all right?" I said, "Man, come on." That's the only, that was it. Until he brought the same dude. The only other time after that was before that was when he was messing with this girl that stayed in the same apartment complex, and the girl came to me and she was what pissed me off because I wasn't mad at her until she said one particular thing. She said if I this is exactly how she said it. She was a white girl. She said, "If I want to fuck your nigga, I'll fuck your nigga." And I looked at her and we both stood up at the same time. And it was the fact that she was inside my apartment when she said the shit and it pissed me off. So I ended up hitting her. She took off running out the door. A couple of days later, he brings her over to my apartment and asked me to come outside. And one of the homeboys grabbed me and was just standing there holding me. And I'm looking at him like, why the fuck are you holding me? And this girl is standing right here and she's coming up on me. Now, you know, and that was the only other time I got violent with a dude.
You said that was the only time,
Yeah, that I got violent with a dude, but I mean, besides my ex husband.
and that was
Shit,
uh
that the other one was in high school. The ex husband, that was like, oof, that was in 2001.
yeah. So I guess it's with your husband. It was mostly just kind of, and you know what I'm saying, kind of trying to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And how can you know how long did it take for it to escalate before you know what I'm saying he was like physically jumping on you?
Oh shit, that was like that shit started happening like not long after we got married. Like I kid you not, probably within the first month that we were married. We didn't even stay married a whole year. I was not even trying to have it.
And you saw nothing in his behavior prior to that that would indicate that he would eventually arrive here.
No, I kid you not, nothing. I mean, everything we did together. We'd always go out to eat. We take the kids to the park. We would always do real cute stuff. He'd come and he'd bring when he get off of work, he'd come in and I messed around, had me a teddy bear and a rose. And we set up, we would talk and laugh and bullshit. And it never got to that point until after we got married. And I told you what he said. He said he'd rather have fear over love because fear lasts longer.
What made him tell you that?
You know
Like
what? That
it was
I
just a
don't know what.
it was just a conversation.
I think one day I had asked him, uh, why do he do that? Why can't, if something is wrong, why can't he just talk to me? And that was his statement.
And what was it, if anything, that you felt that you was responsible for?
Uh, I think the part that I was responsible for actually was marrying him because I didn't step outside I didn't do no flirting. I didn't step outside our marriage. I go to work and I worked right across the street from where we stayed at a daycare. And after I would get off of work, I come to the house. I started cooking and everything. I didn't go out. There was nobody, no females that I hung with. So I didn't quite understand where it was coming from. And one day he told me, he said, that's all right. He said he was getting ready to go to the strip club with his coworkers. And I told him, cool, have fun. And by this time I was already at that stage where I'm like, man, I got to move around. And he said, well, I'm gonna go to we're going to the strip club. I said, okay. And I said, when you get there, do me a favor. And he said, what? I said, give one of them, give one of those girls $20 to give you a lap dance and have her shake her ass all over you. I said, and hopefully she'll take you home with her.
And that was your reply for him offering to for for him inviting you. You
Invite me
found it at
where?
you said to the end to the strip club, right?
No, he was going with his coworkers to the strip club. I wasn't going.
He didn't invite you?
No,
Okay. Yeah, I must have misheard.
no, he didn't invite me. And then it used to be, I mean, it was even so much as like when we were out in public and I used to catch him sneaking and looking at females, I would always tell him, you don't have to sneak and look. She's a cute female. She got a nice shape. It's okay to look. Just don't disrespect me by gawking at her. Don't do that. I say, shit, that's what you got eyes for.
Yeah, but at the same time, sneaking and looking, that's can kind of be reviewed as respect too, and I had to learn that.
See, I don't
It's
like
a
the sneaking part. Nah, see, I beg to differ on that because I feel like if you're sneaking and doing it, what else are you sneaking and doing? Don't sneak and do it because this is just me. I feel that if you got eyes and you can see out them motherfuckers, you're supposed to look. There's nothing wrong with looking. There's something wrong with staring and gawking.
I can see the terminology in that. It's a difference between stalking out the damn room and looking at something that's standing directly in front of you. That occurred recently when I was out with somebody, and is females, they was like coming to stand in the same space where we were, you know what I'm saying, like in front of us or what have you. And the whole time, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. You know, it's like, why is the whole fucking time are you watching my eyes? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm that they damn near standing directly in front of us, and she noticed because she told me about it, right?
Uh huh.
But why uh why make why disturb the moment because of your insecurities. You feel what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
we was crossing the street and you damn near tripped over the sidewalk when we got to the other side staring at that damn Lamborghini. I didn't say nothing about that. You know,
I guess.
good thing I
Okay.
was there to catch you because you would have bust your ass. You was looking so hard.
But see
But
that
that didn't make me feel insecure in no type of way. Shit, I'm looking too. It's a nice
mhm.
car. But you feel me? I didn't for the particular reasons that you may have been staring. I didn't try to make you feel small about that.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I get that. And it's most of the time when a female looks up and she sees you looking, it's only because she was looking too. She noticed it too. And 9 times out of 10 she probably looking to see if you did pay attention and you was looking to see if you was
Man,
looking. My thing is this, like I said, I did not have a problem with him looking. It was when I just so happened, say for instance, I just so happened to look up and I see your head turning back around and you doing it in a fast motion like you sneaking. I don't like the sneakiness of that. So therefore, I prefer. And one day he ended up and he was like, "Babe, look, she got a cute ass shape, don't she?" And I replied, "Yeah, she do." And it was the end of it, you know.
yeah, I'm not gonna look, and a lot of times that makes the matters worse. I was working on a film with Rihanna.
Mhm.
This is the end. We was filming on location out in the middle of somewhere. Uh, we had some very interesting run-ins during our 9 days together on that set.
Damn.